Welcome to Liverpool 12th Man Show. I'm the Liverpool 12th Man, and I am happy to be joined by the Irishman today, and I'm also happy to be joined by you out there. It's a great day, always a great day after a win, as even if it's a difficult win or I guess it was somewhat hard fought, I guess you could say. We were at our scintillating best, but still all the same. Sometimes you don't have to be at your scintillating best to win a game, and that's all that matters is getting 3 points. And that's what Liverpool did yesterday. So, Irishman, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I've just about woken up since that game. Pretty much put me to sleep for most of the
Go to
weekend.
the sleep.
Yeah, I just feel sorry for anybody that was up early having to watch it because it wasn't going to keep you. It wasn't going to keep you glued to the screen and awake naturally. So
Yeah, much like myself, I tried to. I stayed up for the majority of it. Actually, I stayed up for all of it, and then passed out immediately after, and then woke up and tried to watch it again, but I just ended up watching it for the second time all the way through. Picked up some key points or noticed some key points in the likes. There's some noticeable things that we're gonna have to talk about. Obviously, we're gonna have to talk about Ali once again pulling up a little lame. He will be out for some considerable time now, so we're back to um, either seeing Kelleher or maybe even Yaros be our keeper going forward. We have some big games coming up on the schedule, and they're going to have to really step up in Ali's absence. Also saw McAllister go out at halftime, and that was a little concerning too. It's also concerning because apparently it has been he spoke to the press and actually said that there's absolutely no way he's missing on going home. So he will be joining Team Argentina on the international break, despite the fact that he had an ice pack on his thigh for before or after coming out of halftime. Um, are those some concerns for you, or is there anything else that you noted in the game? There's some points I wanted to talk about tactically later on, but is there anything that you saw, or did you want to comment on the injuries I just spoke of?
no, just what you said. Really, it's not a lot you can say about Ali.
Yeah.
Getting used to it now a little bit at this stage. So we all know Keller. Sorry, we all know Kelleher can step up. I think he was just ill yesterday or whatever. So
Mhm.
I'm not. Oh, of course, it's not ideal, but yeah, it's become a bit of a worry. The what you call it? I think Chris was talking about it. The way he walks and stuff, and how it's a problem that will only persist. So it's probably something we're going to have to get used to.
Get used to.
Is
Yeah.
yeah, Ali missing 3-4 games here, and then I don't know what could this be, 6 weeks maybe at worst.
hmm
It's talking about
I think they were looking
four.
at. They said they were looking at the end of October, maybe like the start of November as being a return for him. Um, I think they're going to be cautious. I think they can be cautious, fortunately, because we do have um, the unique situation of having an adequate backup. The only reason why Kelleher didn't play was because of an illness, apparently, right? He was sick,
Oh yeah,
not
he would have
necessarily
been on the
not
bench.
injured. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been on the bench. So and we saw like that. I mean, I know he was coming in and people were just trying to be helpful and all that, but we saw Yaros getting a lot of praise. I mean, he came in and he
Mm-hmm.
had a decent game, so that would be probably nice for him. But he will be back up to Kelleher. It'll be nice for him to have gotten some minutes, which is not
Mm-hmm.
something he would probably have imagined getting in the Premier League this year. So
Mm-hmm.
but it's and we like them. People say, "Oh, he looks good." So okay, at least you know now what how he looks when he plays. So yeah, Keller's going to get his opportunity.
Right.
Maybe he might get his first team football in a way that he didn't expect to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly so. Um, Big up to Bernie. Big up to High Lord. Big up to Trap Joe. Jimmy in the house. Big up, guys. Red Armchair supporter. Good to see you all. as well as I said earlier, Red for Life in the house. Good to see you as well. And anyone else that's joining us later on, or if like as you're watching this on the replay, or if you're just joining us just and you're just gonna pop in just to say hello, hello, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, hello to you all. Big up Dara as well. It's at midday for me and Dara, so good afternoon to you, Dara. Oh, big up Lee too. Big Lee Wizkid in the house. So yeah, there's some other noticeable entries into this game in the sense of like players that we weren't necessarily expecting to see play. I think some of us had possibly Curtis starting, but I don't think many had him definitely starting. Excuse me, in this spot in front of Dom. We've come to see Dom play quite a bit, being a chosen starter, but Dom and both Lucho were taken out of the lineup for yesterday. I thought Cody played really well, and Diego got the start as well over Darwin. So, and I don't even think Darwin even get into the game actually. So, check. Yeah, Darwin didn't get into the game. So, what were your thoughts on Lucho? And what were your thoughts? Oh, excuse me, not Lucho. Excuse me. Thoughts on Cujo? And what were your thoughts on Cody's play? What were your thoughts on their play?
Well, I thought Jones did a really good job coming in and doing pretty much the same thing he asked Dom to do, not asking him to do anything particularly different. But yeah, look, I don't think any of them were great, really, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he came in, he didn't. Yeah, he played well. That's really all I like. I mean, I haven't watched it back again, but I don't think he didn't stand out to me watching the game. I think Gakpo came in and was probably the best player. Once again, as per, I would have had him. Like that's, I was happy to bring it. We know now. I think, or well, we should know at least that if you swap Diaz and Cody, there is no drop off. You know, it's literally like for like in terms of output and ability and how comfortable I'd feel with either of them start. I don't want one of them to be dropped, but it's like, okay, that's really good to see. Cody gonna have a problem, you know. Diaz had to go out to the right and he stayed on. That was good to see. A lot of us like seeing Diaz on the right every now and again. So I think Cody
it was interesting to see that switch when you got the sub and Lucho coming in for Salah. That was interesting.
Yeah. Cody, you know, like I said, it's not very difficult to see what he's very good at. So just play him and keep him going. I think he's been up there with Gravenberch for a player this season so far, even though he hasn't had a lot of minutes, just form wise. But on the pitch, Diaz is doing as well as he's ever done. So it is a bit of a headache for Slot to get the two of them on the pitch. But yeah, good to see. But again, that game yesterday, it was like you could see it, he was trying to be like death by football, you know, the old Brendan Rodgers quote, just keeping the ball and as much as trying to put the opposition to sleep just as much as anything else. It was so unaggressive. It was so passive, you know, it was complete control, but it was so passive. And the issues with that is if you go 1-0 up and you basically, like you were talking about it yesterday, putting a governor on it, you know, or you take your foot off the throttle so much to the fact that you're down to kind of, like I say, trying to put them to sleep. If they then go and score a goal, it's not easy to switch back to 100. You know, it takes
right. It's not easy to like,
You know, if we'd lost another goal there, if that Eze chance goes in, you know, which he let's be honest, he should have buried that. You know, a good striker would have buried that one. And then we're at 1-1. So how does he get the?
He is a good striker, though. I mean, he is a good forward. Or he's
that's
a
good striker. Yeah, a good striker buries that. That's what I'm saying. A good striker buries that, and he didn't. So it's a bad miss. He basically passed it to Yaros. So, but let's just say that goes in. How quickly can we get it back up to playing quick football and playing? So it's, you know, to me, it's grand when it works, and it's not brilliant to watch. You know, this slow, controlled football and trying to keep the crowd dead quiet. It isn't the greatest football you're ever going to see, excitement wise. But it was on a bit of a knife edge, and I think that's why you think he wants that. He always wants that second goal because then you can play like that then. So it isn't great to watch when he's controlling games like that, and
Mhm.
people weren't very happy watching it. But since then, I've seen a lot of kind of more positive reviews on the game. But I just think that the fact it wasn't actually an enjoyable game to watch was what people were getting pissed off about. When you look back at it, what were we saying? Like, go there, get the 3 points out of there by 3 o'clock, and top of the league for the international break. And that's what we did.
Right. I agree with that. I also agree the fact that the referee, by the way, hello to one of our Red Jewels in the house. We have Bernie, and now she's joined by Marion in the house. Big up, big up.
Right.
I was going to say, the refereeing was interesting, by the way. Hyler's bringing up something. I'm not going to repeat what he said in the chat, but the refereeing, I don't always like to get hung strong on the refereeing being good or bad, but like I pointed out before the game, I knew we were gonna have we had Hooper and I think we had Coot on VAR, and I was just like, oh man, this is gonna be like another one of those like elementary like learn on the job style like displays when it comes to refereeing. There was the one time when, like, for instance, I think it was Endo that got pushed out of bounds. Basically, he got like pushed in the back. He like ended up hitting the ball with his hand. It like the ball went out, and then Hooper calls a throw in, and I'm just like, okay, what are we doing here, bro? Like, I'm not asking for the handball, but I am asking for the foul, at least. And like, it was one of those things where you're just like, man, it just showed his levels. But it's all good. It's all good. We ended up there was like also another thing. I think there was 0 fouls called on Crystal Palace in the very beginning. Now I don't know if that was whether he was just not calling them, or maybe they were just waiting for who was the player that I saw? Hughes, basically Will Hughes to come in so that he can rack up as many fouls as possible. I think Hughes comes in and does like a Milner / Endo kind of job when it comes to his appointment for Crystal Palace. But yeah, it was an interesting case where Crystal Palace, I thought we controlled the first half.
Yeah.
What's that?
Sorry, like you're saying, it was 11-0 first half. You know me, like I don't talk about them because they're pointless talking about. But even I was watching some of Bayesian Reds, and I mean, Pops was going crazy. Pops doesn't get angry very easy. Pops was going absolutely crazy with this ref. When you're watching it, you could see it's just stupid. Yeah, it's kind of laughable, some of what's going on. But look, like they're over. It's done now. We beat 12 men.
Yeah, basically, and that's what.
Some of these guys, man. Yeah, if you did, like that's it. I'm not saying they don't make mistakes. I'm just saying if you watched all the mistakes they made and you focused on them, you just drive yourself absolutely crazy. Because some of the shit they do, it's just like someone will ask you, well, how is this found? How is that? Or what happened there? And you're just looking, going, how the hell am I supposed to tell you? Because it was. Who knows what these guys are doing? Who knows week to week why these guys are making the decisions they're making?
There was argument. First off, the call for the foul in the box, or they're trying to get a foul. Excuse me, a foul in the box. I think it was on Ibu. That was weak settings. That if you're looking for a foul for that, that's not a foul. There's a difference between like even they're trying to say. I think I heard Terry calling for one from the terrace, calling for one on VVD. He was answering about it. He was saying that it was definitely a foul. And I'm like, I don't think it was first of all, I don't think it was on. It wasn't VVD. It was Ibu, but. He was saying something about like a shirt pull or something along those lines, but like there's a difference between like maybe like pushing and tugging and or like scrapping a little bit, and there's a difference between what happened to Diego last week, which is like you just gripping him up and then doing like a takedown basically. There's a huge difference. And what who was it that said something? Trap Joe, I believe, just said it in the comments. He put it this way: we have not really seen Arnie get animated over fouls or calls by the ref, or lack of calls by the ref. That was not the case in this game. We we got to see that yes, Slot can get a little bit heated, at least get a little bit agitated by the lack of no calls. He's going to stand. He's rightfully did stand up for his players. Saw the fourth referee being like, "Calm down," as soon as he started doing that. I'm like, "Come on, dude." It's something if he's like making a big stick about it. So let me see. Let me ask some of these quotes by the chat. Let me see if anything. Oh yes, and I will say this too. I was happy to see Endo get some minutes. Hi, Laura. I was very happy to see Endo get some minutes. Albeit it was 7-8 minutes. It was primarily extra time, but there was 6 minutes given in extra time, so there was quite a bit of time for him to like get his work in. I won't give him a rating, or we won't rate him in the ratings, but I will say that he was 5 for 6 for his passing, had a key pass, but was involved, and I like to see that. I like to see that he was involved. He wasn't scared of getting into the mix. But is there? So how I like to ask that. What was your feel good moment or your wow moment? Of the game. What was? Tell us in the chat too. What was your feel good moment of this game? What was the moment where you're like this is the moment that it was most memorable to you in this game? Could be anything as well, obviously. It could be as simple as Arnie acting
in a game of so many memorable moments. How could I?
Yeah, exactly.
Yowzers. God, man, honestly, I really couldn't tell you. Maybe seeing GTV get to release the Eagle at the start. I mean, I'm assuming it was GTV. I don't know. I'm just assuming it was.
Oh wow, that's funny. Yeah, there. Let's see. Was there anyone in the chat that one? He says, Nolati says, personally, the only mistake Slot made was putting on Szoboszlai instead of Endo. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to. I gotta get my other phone, but I'm going to send the link to you, Nolati, because I would like to hear your thoughts if you're available. I definitely would like to hear your thoughts on Szoboszlai's play. I didn't think Szoboszlai had a bad game, by the way. It's a lot. I know Szoboszlai got subbed in. Wasn't probably expecting to get subbed in at halftime, and also obviously the sub was because of McAllister and his injury. It was interesting. Some of the notes that I put in. Let me pull up my notes actually as well. Like some of the notes that I noticed in this game was because I thought I was saying I was speak on it. Like in the very beginning of the first half, we didn't really play with a 10 without Dom in the lineup. They even mentioned it on the commentary. It was more like a 6 with 2 8s. Once again, we played more of like a 4-3-3 than we did a 4-2-3-1. And at times, Graba was the lone 6, like he was the deep line 6, and you had Curtis and McAllister both roaming freely as those 2 8s. I thought that was interesting. And then when Dom did get subbed in into that second half, then he put Dom in at 10, and you saw Curtis and Grava start to play a little bit of the pivot, but then would occasionally it like kind of rotated or something, like at times it would be a pivot or a backline pivot, and then at times it'd be like the 2 8s that went forward. Did you like that approach, or did you think that was just something that because of what Crystal Palace was offering, or was that something that we were just trying to dictate a little bit more offense.
Yeah, I think it was maybe matching up against them a little bit and to just use Jonesy's skill set more, maybe.
Mhm.
You know me, like it's very tactical in the midfield. I don't want to over, talk myself into saying talking stuff I don't know about. Like I'm just assuming he looked at the opposition and he
Mhm.
just thought that would be a better thing. But just quickly to address Hylor, you've been putting in the chat like a few times, like, oh, why won't he say anything, yada yada? And you're saying like, oh, do you think it's a coincidence? If you think it's a coincidence, like it's not. Hylor, nobody is out here disagreeing with the fact that more games will lead to more injuries. It's just that I don't really not sure what you expect us to say.
Oh,
You know, you
I didn't see this. I wasn't. I
no,
wasn't
I'm just
overlooking.
talking to Hylor.
I didn't see
No,
his
no, just
comment. I didn't see Hyler's
yeah,
comment.
no,
I'm
yeah, I
trying to
know.
find
I
what he
just want to
said.
answer his question. He's saying like, why this, why that? I was like, write these letters to FIFA. Dude. You will not find a single football fan out there that says, "Oh, I didn't realize playing more games would cause injuries," or "I don't think there's too many games." We all know this, dude. We
Mhm.
all know this. Like he's saying, Slot won't come out and say something. It's not
No,
Arne Slot's
Slot did.
job.
No, wait. Slot did come out and
But
say something.
I know, but though that was just a comment. What I'm saying is, I don't like you're kind of banging on about it here, Hyler. There's nothing we can't change the games. And your last comment was that, oh, if you think it's a coincidence, nobody thinks it's a
I'll
coincidence, and we're
I'll
not
tell you what
dumb.
I think is a coincidence, and this is maybe a shout out. Big up Realism, Jared. Red J in the house. Let's see who else. By the way, I didn't mention Anfield Roar. By the way, big up to Jimmy as well. I'll tell you what is and yeah, I got everyone. I'll tell you what is a coincidence and it's something that and this is to High Lord too. I don't want to see any other player mention about play or about have to comment on the amount of games because apparently every player that's been asked that question has come up lame in the very next game. Rodri got injured. McAllister was asked this question in the press conference. He comes up lame at halftime. There was another player too. Who was it? Was a
This
player
is my
before.
bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is my bit. I did this bit 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
where if we wake up tomorrow and Rodri is injured, then something's going on, and Rodri got injured.
yep,
Yep, this
yep,
is probably where you heard it. It was me talking shite about it, but like,
yeah,
it's not a coincidence. Ali said it. He got injured.
yep.
Rodri said it. He got injured.
He got injured. It's like
You know,
let's keep that out of the universe here. Let's keep that far away from the universe thing. Okay, why not try that? Let's see that. See that time strand. I don't want to see any of our players go down, obviously, but yeah, let's keep that out of the universe. I tell you what, it was a day of hundreds. It was a centennial day, I think you could call it, because it was 100 years. That game marked. I believe that game either marked or this is their 100 year of existence, but I believe that game marked their 100 years for Crystal Palace of being a club, and it was also the 100th appearance by Diego, and he got a goal. He got a goal in his 100th appearance. So that is at least I don't know if that's a coincidence, but that's a nice little coincidence as well. Yeah, slot ball. I feel you. I feel you. Let me see what was okay, Dara, I'll put that in this. I'll star that question, Dara. I see you. Trap Joe says he's more concerned about the next games after the international break. I'll tell you the truth, Trap Joe. That's a very good point. Again, if you guys have questions or for the most part, I try to like always see him. If I don't, hopefully Irishman will see him. Normally he does as well. And we'll bring them up or at least try our best to include them in the conversation, especially if they're on topic of what we're talking about. But
just quickly
yeah.
on that. Yeah, no, they're older than 100 years old. I was thinking they're older than 100. They're 120 years old, basically.
120 years old. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the 100th. The commentator said 100. It had said 100 years. I'll said it right in the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah. Founded in 1905, so that's just under 120 years ago.
120 years, yeah. I got you. I'm gonna go back now. I'm definitely gonna check that out. See exactly how he said it. But the other thing I was going to say is, I got you, Richard. Yeah, I got you, Richard. He's saying, how was it? Yeah, sometimes it does feel like I'm in a parallel universe. Sometimes it does feel like that. There was another thing that was said. Oh, the other thing was said was by Trap Show about the next 10 games, or next games at least. We've been all saying it. We made a comment on it before. We said, there you go. Yeah, this is my 100th birthday. It was said about October or November being a difficult month for us. Obviously, we're going to be coming into this international break. The big question is how we get out of this international break. We didn't do so great the last time we went into international break and then came out of it. We had obviously that big win over United. We went into international break, then came back to host Forest and actually had that loss. It's about how healthy and how rested our players are from international break on the return. And then it's a big 2 months coming up, if not 3 months. I know December's got a lot of games, but both October and November, I know we asked that, or I asked that question, what's a bigger month for you? What's the bigger concentrated month? Obviously, we take each game as it comes, but is October more of a circle this on the calendar month, or is November more of a circle this on the calendar month? I know KJ, I remember, said it was December for him. These next 10 games are going to be tough. This is where it's going to be quick. It's going to be a lot of Fast and Furious style as the games come, and there's going to be certainly some more daunted competition in the ranks that we're going to have to take on. Not going to be any easier with our style of starting goalkeeper. I thought he made some great saves yesterday. Showed why he was really, really good. It was a weird injury too, by the way, how he got, because it was like a non-contact real injury when he got the injury, and then once he kicked with his left foot, I knew it was a wrap. Even when he threw the gloves down, I knew it was a wrap. But I think do you think are you worried with having Kelleher in net going forward? Or if not Kelleher, maybe even Yaros have in net for us, like doing deputy style?
Well, I don't want to repeat myself. I mean, I did just say it 5 minutes ago, like what I said. So what I said 5 minutes ago, yeah. So like totally happy, no problem. Like I said, I was saying like Kelleher might get the first team football that he wanted, and not in the place he was expecting. So yeah, just what I said earlier. I'm totally. We I still think it's a bit strange when some people are out there going, "Oh, I don't know about Kelleher. Can rely on him this, can rely on him that." I mean, you watched him put on a shirt for 2 or 3 seasons now and never ever really let us down, especially in bigger games. So yeah, is he Ali? No, but Ali's not here right now. So Yaros can sit down, and like I said, it's good that we had a look at him, and but he can sit down, and you never know, he might get, depending on how long is Ali out, Yaros might even get to start in a dead rubber type European game. Maybe
I think he will.
If we get that.
I think he will.
I don't think Ali will be out that long, actually, to be honest. That would mean he'd be out for a good while, but you know what I'm saying. I think I'd be happy if he was to come in for another game if he had to do it. I'm happy to goalkeepers, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he will. I think Yaros will get a start. Whether it's a cup match or what, I don't know if he's not going to get a start in Champions League. Most likely.
Brighton is the cup game, isn't it? We're Brighton in the cup is the next cup game.
Yes.
Yep. So maybe.
We have
Marion had a question there about Trent. If you wanted to start.
Where was it?
Marion with some rare quick criticism of a player. About Trent, her question about Trent.
Here. All right, question. What aren't I getting regarding Trent? I don't get the hype. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And that's from Marion. It's not like my burner account.
Yeah.
It's actually from Marion.
Is he about to get kicked out of the royal family, or is he like is Marion about to get him kicked out? He's not going to be with the princes and the kings, the princes of like her Ebus and everything else. I thought Trent he didn't have a great game, but I think Trent's like kind of it's a difficult situation with Trent. I'm going to be honest with you. With me, for Trent, it's difficult.
I'm assuming she means
simply
on the
because
whole.
there is so much going on with there's so much concentration being put on his contract situation, so much concentration where I think he's kind of enjoying it a little bit, to tell you the truth. I don't think he minds it that much. He keeps his name in the headlines, and despite him not playing well, everyone still has a question.
But
So,
I'm assuming she means Trent, as a whole career. She's saying she doesn't get the hype, not just yesterday or lately.
mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's what she means. I have seen a little bit of, what would you call it, negative energy starting to build up in terms of when people are talking about Trent now. A little bit of it in places you wouldn't have ever heard before.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that, like, the fact
people are
that
prickly about it.
Right, the fact that he's not having his normal, world-class stellar performances, and the fact that the contract thing is still, hanging around, I think is possibly affecting some people's, like, well, you think your expletive doesn't stink, well, maybe it does a little bit. Maybe get that contract signed and show us that you're going to be with us. So I've seen people say that their opinions, like, for instance, did you see what James Redmond said? James Redmond, I know that you like James Redmond. We all do, because he's a ref too. But he was back with Cop TV, and he was commenting. Was getting a little bit stuck on, like, some of his wording, because, like, some of it could have been interpreted different ways. I know what he was trying to say, but I mean, he was regarding Salah possibly leaving, but he was talking about Trent as well, and he was trying to be like, his opinion of Trent was going to be all determined on whether he sticks with us or goes on to Madrid, and if it does, then that could have a real impact on him. We have JK. That's a good segue question. Before we get into ratings, I have JK in the house. Big up, JK. Sorry to have you sit there while I ranted on.
Nah, it's cool, bro. All good, bro.
I did have a question. This is for the chat. This is an honest guy question, because I was thinking about this while we were watching the game, I thought about it yesterday too. It's a two-part question. Jude Bellingham playing well for Real Madrid, obviously is going to have a long enough stay with Real Madrid that he can actually make a positive action on it. I don't know if Jude will ever be, despite Jude being with Real, I don't know if he'll ever be a legend. I know I'm saying that as might be a wild take, but I think even less so. I don't think if Trent went to Real Madrid, and this is just a wild take, I know, I don't think that Trent will be looked at as a legend, or could be looked at as a legend. He'll be looked at as a good player that helps them go on to titles and the likes. But I don't know if he could be looked at as being a legend. I think he could be. I mean, I think back as easily as to the Gareth Bale situation in Real. Gareth Bale, I don't know if Gareth Bale is necessarily a legend in Real Madrid lore. I don't, but certainly a good player. Certainly a great, created some really memorable moments, some not so memorable moments for us as Liverpool fans. But it's one of those things where I just don't know if that player of Trent, much less Jude, or I should say much less Trent, or even Jude, will ever go on to be legends in Real Madrid history. But I could be wrong. It's just a perspective. Do you guys think differently? We can start with JK and then go to Irishman. Do you understand where I'm trying to get at a little bit? Like, I think James Redmond said something very similar to where, like, he just got into it where he think Trent could go on and win, multiple titles, but he's never going to be a legend with them. But he could be a legend with Liverpool.
Because what it is with football, to become a legend, I think to become a legend in Spain, it has a lot to do with if you're born there, if you're born in the city, if you come from South America and you got a family connection to it. Same with like England and stuff, like Trent for me.
Speaking the language, the whole nine. Right.
Yeah. So for me, Trent, because he's from Liverpool, he's got the opportunity to become a legend at Liverpool. Spain is a totally different ball game. I think if you're born there, it's much easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with that.
But
for me, Bellingham.
Was the media one out? Okay.
No,
I don't know if I went out or. Okay, go ahead.
I was quickly going to say about Bellingham. Bellingham has the opportunity to become big time there. I reckon he started off really good there. You know what I mean? So,
he does.
But for me, I just feel that they won't respect him if he was born in Madrid. If he was born in Madrid and he's playing like that, the guy's already got like a bit more plus points on his side, But for me, Bellingham, no matter what he does there, he isn't going to be accepted as much as he would if he was born in Madrid. Just got a funny feeling about that.
Mm-hmm. Irishman? I'm reading Marion's comments too. I got you. I understand the explanation.
I don't know about what Bellingham will do there. I think Trent, without a doubt, has no chance of becoming an all-time Madrid great. He'll be seen as a Liverpool player that they bought or they got, and it went there and did stuff, and then left. And again, like you look at legends. I mean, they kind of invented legendary footballers. There, some of them, going back to Puskas, Di Stefano, these kind of guys. It's hard to be a Real Madrid legend, even if you are born in Madrid or you are Spanish. So yeah, someone like Trent, like it's the acceptance. They like him or love him or do it, but he would never be one of their main guys. Bellingham, I don't know. He's gone there quite young. He's already won a lot of titles. Again, with JK, for an English player to go there and to get elevated to that level, it's more of a cult hero kind of thing with McManaman, and maybe just a respect for some of these guys. But yeah, Redmond is correct in his hypothesis that Trent would be. He's almost close to being a legend here. Some would say he already is a legend here at Liverpool.
Right.
Again, you can take your own definition of the word. But yeah, I mean, Trent is born here. You can't undo that. You can't pretend to be born in Madrid. So, absolutely right. He can go there and have a great career and stack his trophy cabinet full of all those lovely things he wants to win. But yeah, I think when he walks away, he'll be a liked player. But if he doesn't do brilliantly there, he won't get a lot of time. They do they turn on players in a heartbeat
very quickly.
There, so.
And it's not, and again, it's not an easy league. This is big up to Malante joining us, by the way. How are you doing, Malante?
Bless, bro.
I'll give him a second.
Sorry, give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
No problem. Yeah, I was going to say, La Liga is not an easy player for men of color. It's not an easy player. I'll put it that way. To play in.
Well, yeah, obviously, that's
that doesn't necessarily help the chances of you being, fully embraced by the fan bases out there. And it's just one of those things. Go ahead.
Look, when you look at Bale, bro, Bale won the Champions League against us on his own. For example, the guy was getting chased after in his car and stuff like this, and I'm thinking the guy's getting nearly like 400 grand a week, like crazy wages, And for me, they can turn on a player, like you just said a moment ago, and that's bang on. Like at Liverpool, you don't see that ever really happening. Have you ever really witnessed a player being sort of getting run out down the road, being chased by loads of fans in his car, stuff like that? That don't happen in England, really, not really. But in Spain, it happens. So any player that goes there, they've got that sort of hanging over their head. You know what? He can go all sort of pear-shaped within weeks. You could be the darling one day, and then the next day you're the most hated. So that's the sort of gamble you take when you move to Spain.
Oh yeah, and look, it's again, we're gonna get into these ratings pretty soon, but I just kind of wanted to talk a couple, a little bit off. I wouldn't say, I guess, slightly off topics subjects, but are still pertaining to our Reds and to the likes. I did see, as Tyler was saying, defender Dani Carvajal suffered an ACL rupture in Real Madrid's 2-0 La Liga win over Villarreal. The club's confirmed on Sunday, while forward Vinicius Jr. has been diagnosed with a cervical injury. I did see that the injury to Carvajal was definitely not it was a hard one. He shrieked so loud that you could hear it, like as you knew it was not good. It was horrible to see. No, you don't want to see anyone ever get injured. But again, that's the right back position, a player that was spoken on being on the ways of possibly being, siphoned out of their lineup. Certainly a player that is I don't know if he's very close to, I would say definitely like maybe what do we call him? Maybe an icon, club icon, probably, right? For them. But seeing the ACL to a right back, again, it probably makes a little bit more emphasis for Real Madrid to find a possible player that's going to play in that role for them.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where I don't know. When I was watching the game and I was looking at things, I was seeing what again what they're saying on Cop TV and what they're saying, what James was saying, and it just got me thinking. Like, what did you feel? How do you feel about it in the chat? On the panel, we heard what JK had to say. I think Nolante is ready. Did you want to comment on that about Trent possibly ever being a legend, or the whole I made the comparison of Bale and how Bale had some incredible moments for Real Madrid, won them some incredible titles. What's that? Go ahead. Do you want to say something, Marshall?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I saw it. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, obviously big up yourself, JK, as always. Come on, bro. For each and every time, and the chat, man, and the support for the tour training. Yeah, let's get those likes. Let's get subscribing, man. We need this channel to grow, man. Honestly, man, you know what I mean. It's easy for us to say, let this channel grow, man, and prosper. So let's get them more likes. Let's put out word of mouth, man, for the channel to grow first of all, man. I'll big up everyone in the chat anyway. Hope everyone had a good weekend. And yeah, you know what? To in regards to Trent, yeah, just like Brian, JK, you won't be. I think with Real Madrid, they're very particular about legends. They would see someone who like Guti, which he had a long career. He was all right, but he's more of a sub player. He plays the odd squad player, more of a legend than Bell, which is a bit mad. And it's funny, is a legend of Bell, which is a bit mad when Bell done quite a bit for them. And yeah, and what JK was saying, which is funny enough, I've never seen with the press, I've never seen Bell get handed out so bad. Like he's done something wrong, and he did a lot for Madrid more than Hazard. They only got just little criticism in the press. They're a weird bunch. They're the Real Madrid. They're a weird bunch. I can't stand them as a club, if I'm honest.
No, yeah,
I really can't. As a history. And honestly, we need to beat them coming up, man. We owe them one big time, man. I can't have another Real Madrid win anyway. And just the last thing about Trent, in a hypothetical scenario, I would swap Trent for 2 years of Carvajal in a heartbeat.
So wait, you rather have
Carvajal
over Trent?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Carvajal over Trent all day. Yeah, I'll swap him in a heartbeat.
Wow.
In a heartbeat.
Wow.
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
All I will say, Delante, is if you want me to remember how much I'm supposed to hate Real Madrid, don't bring up players like Guti, man. What a player he was.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of those players that you would actually watch. He was just pure flair, that kid. You don't get them anymore. They don't make him like Guti anymore, man. Do you remember that back pass or that back heel assist he scored in the Champions League? Famous for what a goal.
Yeah.
But so you're talking like peak sort of 28-year-old Carvajal at his best. You would have him over.
Interesting.
He's great right back. He is a brilliant right back.
He's very talented, brilliant
right back.
Yeah,
up and down tackles. He can get up
defensively. Defensively measured. And
he can get goals.
Involved offensively. Absolutely, very talented player.
I would.
But
Even
all letters, all hate mail and letters should be directed to Nolante, not to Liverpool 12th man. This is
listen. I've been calling out Trent as good as he plays for years, so that's why. Listen, I'll take it. I just got to be honest. That's all it is. I would. Good Trent player, but he just does. He keeps on doing these naivety things. And again, I'm sorry. At 25 years old, first captain, if you can't do the basics of the defending, I'm sorry. And even Carvajal now, I'll take him over Trent. Give me two seasons of him. Bradley takes over, mate. Fine.
Well, he's broken.
Trent.
He's broken.
Yeah, I know. No, yeah. Before that, yeah, Brian. No, I get that. Before the serious injury, I would personally. I'm just getting a little bit tired of Trent. As good as a player as he is, and 12 Brian, even JK.
Wait,
Nolante, 12 man. Yeah. Quickly, 12 man. Who was expecting this? I mean, this has become the Marianne with the Trent.
I know. That's what I wanted to kind of like.
Expecting this.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Top of the league to everyone, by the way. Top of the league to everyone.
Yeah, top of the league.
I wasn't expecting this, but I was just about to ask. Maybe this is like what would be like CTSD, like contract, like trauma syndrome disorders, like like is that what's really kind of maybe pushing us to get a little bit weary? No, not for you. It's just
Robert, I've been consistent. I've been consistent about Trent. I know. Nothing to do with that. Yeah. Nothing to do with the contract. That's it. That's all it is, really. Like I said, my position stands from 4 years ago. Great football player, but he always cost us, and I'm just getting a bit tired of it. And it's like, for me, again, like I said, if you're going to do it, put him in midfield. If not, then if we're going to get someone, then hey ho, like thanks, Trent. But boy, come on, man, you're a football player. You can't do the basics. So there you go.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so we should probably get ready for didn't expect the Trentness, but I still think, I don't know. Again, I don't even think Jude could be a legend. I don't think Jude will ever be a legend technically, or not technically, but I don't think he'll be a legend for Real Madrid. He's got tough sledding. It's very difficult for an English player, I believe, for a lot of the reasons why JK said earlier, to become legends in La Liga.
We could be a lot more explicit about why they won't be, but it's a Sunday evening, so we'll keep it light. There's a lot more other reasons. Yeah. But yeah, some of these guys, they don't have a chance. 2 words, Vinny Jr. That's all I'm going to say. Look out, some Madrid fans treated him. So, yeah.
Yeah. I understand it. Understand. Yeah, is there anything you want to bring up before we jump into these ratings? We should probably get pretty soon. We're at the 45th minute. We're at halftime. So if there's something you guys wanted to bring up before we rock out into these ratings, you're more than welcome. You guys have anything you want to say?
No.
Bring up? No. Is Nolante, you have any more controversial takes that you want to possibly bring up?
Yeah, to talk about you, JK, and Brian. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No. I've got something, but I'll leave that for maybe another time. We'll start with the ratings first. Yeah, we'll start with the ratings.
Okay. I just want to make sure, because there was someone just walked into the studio and they had something to say to you. I just wanted to make sure. Said enough of that talk. Enough of that talk. This messing. Big up, Makama. Big up. How you guys doing out there? If there's any questions you guys want to bring up before we get into the ratings, please do. You know how we do on this channel. We always try to include your comments and your questions, and make you a part of the show as well.
I wanted to bring something up.
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah. We still have a spot open for the quiz tomorrow night if somebody wants to come in and partner up with 12th man. It's tomorrow night so you'd have to be free tomorrow night, but we're still looking for somebody if there's somebody in the chat to be interested in doing the quiz tomorrow night coming on the channel, you don't have to go on camera, any of that kind of stuff, but you can come on and be part. So yeah, just a reminder of that we're still looking for somebody, and there's a spot
if anybody wants to hop in the mastermind chair or a mastermind challenger chair, be sure to definitely drop a link, or drop a hello and say what's good. You can do so through my Twitter or X account, and or if you're in a chat with me or something, or however you want to do it, and you can reach out to the Irishman, JK, Nolante, whichever way you can. You're more than welcome. Most likely tomorrow, I will be partnered with the best partner I can find, and that is the chat, probably tomorrow for myself. But I'll be taking on the mastermind. Always comes with some very difficult quizzes, so keep that in mind. Don't be too intimidated, by the way, because it's always the best feeling is to be able to conquer the mastermind. And that's going to be the episode for tomorrow. But again, we're going to jump into these these ratings. So let me pull up the ratings for you guys right now. How about that? Okay, cool with that?
Yep.
All right, let's start it off. I guess we can start off. It's unfortunate that this player ended up coming out with the injury. I thought he was playing pretty well up to that point, making some good saves when he had to in the second half, at least. I don't think they even had a shot in the first half. It was like, I remember I put in my notes, it was up to the 64th minute when he had his Liverpool faced their second shot, or Crystal Palace got their second shot on actually net, like on goal. That's pretty telling. 0 big chances. They had one shot the entire first half. So and I think he made one save off of it. Let's start with Ali. What were you guys going with Ali? We'll just go down the line here. We'll start with Irishman, go to JK, and then we'll go to Nolante, and then the next player will just reverse order and go back up. Go ahead, Irishman. What was your rating on Ali? And tell us in the chat too. Please tell us in the chat your ratings.
He made one really good save. I remember he did. There was one kind of time he was under pressure on the back. He didn't have a very eventful game, and then he goes and done his hamstring. So yeah, I'll just give him a 70. Put down to that. Get a good game, yeah.
Okay.
But like you said, he had nothing to do, really, did he? But I remember one really good save down low. I can't remember who took the shot. That was it.
Okay. How about for you, Nolante? Well, JK's a little indisposed for a quick sec. Nolante, how about for you?
Yeah, just echo what Brian said. Yeah, similar. I thought he's just solid, really. All the shots Crystal Palace had, nothing really trouble. Yeah, man. It's a shame he's injured, and yeah, 70 for me.
70, yeah. He got some 80s. Bernie gave him an 80, said he was solid. Bonkers gave him an 80, said he was solid. Red Armchair gave him an 80. 84 from High Laurie says, on the few occasions he was called into action, he stood up to the test with important saves, which he did. The value of having a world-class goalkeeper. Well put, High Laurie. JK, you want to get your vote in, or your...
Yeah. I'm going to give him an 80.
Everyone's giving him 80s.
Because he gets a clean sheet, so that's automatic 70. But I believe throughout the game until he got injured, he was always putting out little saves that actually kept us let us have that clean sheet. So for me, I'm going to go 80.
Okay, I gave him a 75. I thought he was.
I'm going to go 85. Sorry, bro. Yeah.
80. Oh, wow, you bumped it. Okay, because you saw my 75, you had to bump it 5 points. I got you. How about his average? A lot of 80s from the chat.
3 more 80s. It's got to be 80 at least.
Yeah, it's got to be an 80 at least, I guess.
If it's 8, maybe 8 80s. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, easily. Most of them were 80s. See, it's that easy, people. It's just that easy. We work as a collective here. So Honcho gave him an 80. Marion gave him an 80. Red J gave him an 80. All right. How about for our captain then? How about for our captain? Yes, get well soon. That's definitely a Red Armchair supporter. Rest up. Rest up. Virgil Nolante, you're up first. What would you say for Virgil, our captain? No captain. Captain, no captain, as they say, right?
Captain, no captain. Go, whatever you want to go. So, VVD, what can you say about this man? Last season, he was told that his league was better for him, and then that prominent pitch in the Carabao Cup final when he done the little thing, he knew on TV saying that you thought I was done.
Yeah,
Interesting,
yeah.
man. He
tried to walk that back. He tried to walk that back, but I thought I liked that part of Virgil.
Yeah.
He tried to walk it back, but I was like, nah, Virgil, say that with chest and just be like, it's the truth.
Exactly, man. Yeah, because he's even this young gunner, the young Frenchman. He had a decent season, don't get me wrong, but
Right.
like I said, man, CVD, he's a top dog.
Exactly.
He's the teacher. He's the teacher. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like JK, like JK's little avatar. If you don't know, now you know. It is Virgil Van Dijk, people. He is the best in the world.
And it's sponsored by JK. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. With the biggie.
Exactly, man. This is a JK disclaimer. JK, wrong with it, man. Yeah, I'll be short and sweet with him. He was on point. Another captain's performance. There was one time where I think there's a little bit of a little miscommunication, which I thought might have got put as a chance with Jaros when he came in, but that was sorted out. So what can you say, man? I'll give him 85. 85 for me.
Okay.
85 for BVD.
Solid. JK?
Likewise, bro. Clean sheet. He didn't really give them anything, if you really understand it. They really have great chances.
Mm-hmm.
They had a few shots, but Alisson kept out. But I think all in all, we kept them sort of not really having a control of the game. And I think Virgil kept it sort of tight at the back. So I'm going to give him an 80, actually, yeah. Okay.
Irishman?
He got man of the match, didn't he?
He did get Cody. Yeah. Cody was there to hand him the man of the match. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is awkward, by the way. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do it that way. Especially when you have two players that played well that arguably could be either or could be man of the match. Then you make the guy who's not man of the match hand him the award. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, no, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a bit of fun, I suppose, to wind up. What was I saying? Yeah, no, just what everyone in the chat was saying. It's the normal. It's just Virgil, every week it's kind of just 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Really, where for a lot of players maybe a similar performance will get more, but it's just typical Virgil, really, isn't it? So yeah, I'll just give him an 80, like everyone says. Typical, the usual shit. Now we're used to
it. I'm just responding to Red Armchair. He's saying they should have gotten Ibu to hand him the award. That would have been good. He probably would have walked up and be like, "Oh, now you want to give it to a center half? Now you want to give it this?"
I think you'll have too much respect for Virgil,
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
He ain't gonna say nothing to him.
He's like, yeah, he deserves it. But now you want to vote for center halves? What happened the last 2 weeks? But anyway, yeah. A lot of 90s or 85s, 87s. I gave him an 86. Let me see. That's about, I think, what it was. 85 from Bernie, 87 from Red Armchair. Bonkers gave him an 82. Marin gave him a 90, of course. Surprisingly, Bernie, well put. Surprisingly, not 100, which is interesting. But as Marion said, she's trying to be more like, unbiased. She's being like, being more centered.
That's just because she's winding up for Trent.
Yeah, maybe so.
She wants to see like she's given, so she can really go in 2-footed on Trent.
There you go.
Just unbiased. So yeah, we see it, we hear it.
How about for Ibu? Irishman, we'll start with you for Ibu. What was Ibu for you yesterday? Any player that you guys want in the chat, or I mean, because I know Hyler can usually puts up stats too. But if you need me to tell you guys some stats on the panel or in the chat, tell us, or just tell me, and I'll read off some of his stats as well. But for Ibu, for you, Brian.
Yeah, I'd actually give him the same as I gave to Virgil. I'd give him an 80 as well. Just a really strong performance. He dealt well with a couple of different types of threats that they have. They have Eze, that's one type of threat. Mateta, when he came on, is a different type of threat. It's Nketiah in the first half. You know, that's another type of striker. He seems to deal well now with different problems, different types of problems within games. So I think he's getting better every game, and he's going to be one of those players now where it's kind of like a VVD, where it's just like, oh well, it's the typical 8 out of 10 for Ibu, you know. So I just like the fact that he's got pace and he's got so you can deal with someone like Eze. He's got strength and speed, or strength and that kind of power, so he can deal with someone like Nketiah or Mateta, you know. So he's got all the tools. So yeah, it's just it's like the last 4 or 5 games now. He's been 80, VBD's been 80. So give him the same. I think I've been matching them both up.
Okay. JK?
Yeah, for me, what I like about Kanate this season is he's sort of really concentrating on his game.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the reason being Kwanzaa, you know, I think Kwanzaa sort of getting a lot of game time, sort of kicked Kanata's backside big time. And where Kanata is still having fun off the pitch, you know, like in training and not after the game sort of interviews, he's still having a laugh and stuff. But on the field, he seems a lot more disciplined. Concentration next level, where we don't have to have a moan about him. Me and you had a little moan about him last season at the end, me and you, bro. And
absolutely, yeah, I'm not scared. Yeah, I'm not scared to admit that I was someone that said, "Hey, you know what?
I'll tell him."
His inability to be, it was something where I was like, okay, if you're not going to be available for us, then you know maybe we need to capitalize on his worth, which is I think he's a highly rated, or at least a highly valuable commodity, especially in a European market that center halves are not a dime a dozen, especially to the levels of an Ibu or a VVD or, you know, your Salibas or Gabriels and the likes. So I think that Ibu's stepped it up and he's taken a little bit more ownership on his game. I think I like the fact that he's taking the challenge and is really stepping it up. So
yeah, mature displays. You know what I mean?
It's also very funny. It's also very funny though, isn't it, Jake? Like the whole condolences thing. It's like he's sending that card back in the post. You know, like Kwanzaa learned a very harsh lesson there. You know, he came in and he's like, "Well, you lost your place." It's like 2 minutes later, you can be back on the bench. You know, welcome to the real world, man. Welcome to the real world.
But Kwanzaa's been like. After he got subbed off in that first game against Ipswich, and he was subbed on, he didn't celebrate the winner or the goal that we got in the second half. But ever since then, I've seen Kwanzaa on the sideline, and he's celebrating nearly every goal now. So he's sort of learned, So them sort of things, you realise what people are feeling. Like for me, you know, when you're pissed off, you're not going to be celebrating a goal, you know. So I think Kwanzaa sort of realised now, okay, he's taking the back seat. But it's cool, he's young, man. He's got enough time. And for me, Kanate, them two have helped each other in a weird sort of way.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, they have.
So there you go. So I think in a weird sort of way, I do feel more comfortable with Kanate at the moment in that way where he looks very disciplined. I think that's a big factor with Kanate. He don't look like he's going to make a mistake. Where before maybe you think, there could be. But for me, this season, bang, he's been on it.
Yeah.
So respect
I didn't think that Ibu had as good of a game as VVD, but I thought he had still an excellent game, though. I'm not saying he didn't have a great game. Defensively, Ibu and VVD are looking like the best center back pair in the league, I think, personally. But what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts, Alante?
Yeah, I mean, just to second what you guys all said, Ibu, his concentration, it's improved, man. To be fair, I did think still in the game, and again, it's not a criticism, but one or two times he did kind of struggle a little bit with Mateta when he came on. But all in all, he had the better of it with him. But he's learning, he's improving. Fortunately for me and my boy, he won't be getting game time. He'll be sold soon, but because of it. But man. I mean, long live Ubo. If he plays like this, then him, Virgil, then we can go. You see where we go. So Virgil played just a little bit better than him, but not much difference. I'll say about 82 for me.
Okay.
Ubo.
I guess you're speaking about Joey. I think you're talking about Joey.
Gomez.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Joey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I got South Kwanzaa. Okay.
Yeah.
Joey. Yeah. I think you might be right. But hey, look, as long as
he's what it is. Yeah.
Exactly. Players come and go.
Yeah, it just is what it is, really.
A lot of 80s, a lot of Bonkers. I was right there with you. Bonkers had a 76. I had Ibu at a 75. But he did have some really good numbers. Let me just say, Virgil van Dijk, for instance, had 9 out of 13 for his long balls, 1 out of 1 for ground duels, 8 out of 9 for his aerial duels. Had a shot off target. That was that header that he had. 2 clearances, 3 interceptions. His counterpart, Konate, had also, by the way, let me make sure I tell you that he did have 101 out of 112 passing. That's exceptional when it's your center backs getting 90% and having that many touches. He had 119 touches, Virgil. Konate, on the other hand, had 67 touches, but still was very accurate. Was 58 out of 60 for his passing, so 97% for his passing. 3 out of 4 for his long balls. 4 out of 6 for ground duels. 3 out of 3 for aerial duels. Lost the ball only twice, but only committed 2 fouls, but had 4 tackles and again 3 clearances. So he was dialed into very, very good performance from the middle back pair or center back pair. Yeah, Dara. You have the email if you want to, or you have our email, I believe. If not, you can reach out through Twitter, Dara, if you want to be a part of the quiz. What we're gonna push? I guess we got to push them up to an 80, I would say, right?
By the looks of it, yeah. By the looks of it.
All right, let's get into our next participant, and that was someone who I thought played really, really well yesterday. I was happy to see the performance by Simicast. I don't know if he got subbed off because of just Simicast isn't 90 minutes ready possibly yet, but because Robbo came in for him at the 79th minute. But I thought he was getting involved in his defensive measures. There was a close call. I don't know. Was that a handball for you guys on Simicast in the game? I know that was something that some people were trying, or at least rivals primarily, but some people were, especially the CP fans.
Don't call them that.
Okay, Crystal Palace fans.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. You have to tell me why.
Just no. Dara's asking. There's a quiz tomorrow night, Dara, and we want somebody to be partner with 12th Man. So it's.
I'm going to be I'll partner. I'm going to partner with the chat. Yeah, but we can have another participant. We can have another participant. Yeah. Well, I'll partner with the chat, but that way we'll have a partner for. We'll have a partner for the panel, I guess.
Well,
we can work it out.
Yeah,
if you want to participate, Dara, you're more than welcome to participate.
Yeah.
I was on partner with the chat. I already.
I
already got my hopes up to be a part of the the mighty Red Army out there. So.
Yeah, we'll talk about
he can partner me if he wants.
Exactly.
No,
you see, there can only be 3 teams, you see. And if the chat is open, then I think it's not
We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair for like you can only have two, but you can't have like you and everybody in the chat on your team because that gives you like about 20
I
players.
can't. I can. Come on. Bro. Tell me I can't.
You know what it is, but 12's going to be presenting at the same time.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
I'm
That's
just gonna
why.
be the captain of
Yeah.
the. I'm gonna be the captain of the. I'll be the captain for the chat. That's all. Because normally chat has like a bunch of answers. I'll have to help. I'll help steer the ship for the chat. Because normally, sometimes it takes us 15 minutes to pick a chat captain. So, you know, so we'll keep it that way.
No, it's going to have, unfortunately, it's going to have to work a little bit differently if it's going to work tomorrow. It's like the chat can sort of play along, as it were, but unfortunately, they can't be. Otherwise, it literally won't work.
Okay,
so
we'll work it out, Brian.
So,
we'll work
but
Dara, let's get back to Simicast.
But just quickly,
let's get
Dara,
Simicast's rating in there.
No, but just because if Dara missed it, it's 7:30 tomorrow night. So if you're available at that time, then just send 12-man an email.
Yeah, for sure. If you want to be a part of it, Dara, we'll work it out. We'll make it work.
Yeah, I'll give him an 80 to start it off. I thought he had a good game. Thought he played well offensively, so I'll give him an 80.
Okay.
Same as
80. Lante, are you giving him a 80 as well? I don't know if I gave him an 80. I gave him like a 70 something, but I know 80.
Okay.
80
Yeah, same as Brian. Yeah, same as Brian JK. 80, man. I thought it's excellent.
Okay.
Simicast was good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Simicast's pass to Cody, right?
That's the one, bro.
Yeah.
That was Robertson
Yeah.
against Man United to Gapco to get our first goal in that 7-0.
Yeah, that was
a type of pass. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was a good pass.
Oh yeah, the splitter.
Yeah.
So that was actually that's it, Nilante. The splitter. That pass was split them up big time. Top. I love them type of passes.
Yeah, 100%.
Whoops.
Well, actually, for the splitter, he deserves 85.
Yeah,
I'll
bring him up to an 80 because I know like you guys all had 80s. The chat a little bit measured. 70 from Bonkers, 72 from Bernie, 80 from Kama. Red Armchair Supporter had him at 74. Red J had him at a 75. I had him at a 75 myself, but I'd be willing to give him an 80, considering you guys all on the panel gave him 80s. All right, man. And mention it's fitting that Nilante can start this one off.
I don't know. You're gonna come to me. I don't know this. This is a segue.
It just worked out that way, man. It just worked out.
Interesting, yeah.
Trent Alexander-Arnold. What are we doing with Trent, people? What are we doing with Trent? I'm waiting for your rating, Marion, too, by the way. What you want to rate him? What you want to rate him yesterday, Nilante?
Oh, Trent. Marianne, you answer first. Oh, okay, I'll go and answer. All right. Funny enough, I still don't know that. I said all that about him, and yesterday he was one of his quieter games in terms of defensive. He didn't really do anything wrong for a change, but there's not much coming down his way, to be honest, if I'm honest. So he's okay in that sense. Attacking sense, apart from the shot he had in the first half, which was a decent shot, I thought he was a bit disappointing with his ball selection and passes, what he's good at. I thought he was quite disappointing. A bit of chances we could have broke, and he was a bit wasteful in the passing. So in that sense, he gets the lowest mark in the defence, that's for sure. Clean sheet. 65.
Okay.
65 for me.
JK? I'll go to the Irishman first then. Go ahead. Irishman?
Me.
Yes. He's on.
Stats.
I'll come back to you, JK. Go ahead.
Okay.
Stats.
Stats. Yes. I'll give you stats. Trent's stats yesterday were okay. 90 minutes played. Had a XA of 0.48, 0.006 for his XG, but he had 1 clearance, 1 interception, 2 tackles, 86 passes, was 70% for his passing, 2 key passes, 3 out of 5 for his crosses, 1 out of 10 for his long balls. Not many connections on the long balls. Excuse me. Big chances created 1, 2 out of 4 for his ground duels, 1 out of 1 for his aerial duels. I know yesterday we spoke about how he lost the ball 18 times. Well, this time he lost the ball 25 times. Shots on target 1, shots off target 1. Those are his stats.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
That is not a good, for a player renowned for his passing, that is not a good stat pack, as K-Mac would call it.
Mhm.
70% pass completion and 1 out of 10 for long balls. That is
yeah.
That's what Gomez. That's like, sorry, I didn't mean it, but that's like a centre half playing at right back for a game kind of numbers. Being asked to attempt to hit it long, and it not being his thing, kind of thing. Like 1 out of 10 and 70%.
Mhm.
Wow. Sorry, man. 55, Trent. 55.
55. Wow. Okay.
That's.
Wow. All right. Yeah, 25 times, not good. Yeah, that number does stand out, but he's asked to create a lot, and the ball's at his feet a lot. So, all right, let's see how many touches he had yesterday. He had 86 touches, so that is quite a bit.
That
Still
1 out
the
of
least
10 for
of all.
long balls, though, that is so not Trent. That is like the least Trent stat of all time.
Yeah,
1 out of 10.
Yeah, was not connecting when it came to long balls.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He weren't great attacking offensively. He weren't great at all.
I don't think he'd be hopeless, Bernie. I think he'd be excellent at the quiz. By the way, you normally have some good answers, and you'd have a partner to work with.
If you people out there are putting together 2-man teams behind my back, I'm rewriting a lot of shit tomorrow in this team. People.
Okay.
I'm getting a lot harder.
Oh yeah.
I'll quickly give Trent. You know what it is? I automatically give the defender a clean sheet. I'll give him a 70. But just hearing them stats just showed me he wasn't really needed and wasn't involved in the game yesterday. I wouldn't say it was one of his best games, but for me, the clean sheet, so he'll just get a flat 70.
Okay.
Even though he didn't really do great.
Okay. Brian?
Like if he went 2-1, if he went 2-1, I would have gave him a 50, for example.
Oh yeah. I thought when the defenders get clean sheets, I thought you gave them a couple extra points.
Yeah, 70. Like for me, a 70, but like Virgil Canate, it depends on. Like for me, a flat 70 is a clean sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe if they got an assist or a goal, they'll knock it up to 80, 85.
Wow.
It's like that.
Okay.
Like Brian's giving him how much was it? 55? Did you, Brian?
Yeah, Brian gave him a 55. Nolante, what'd you give him again? Nolante gave him like a 60 something, 65, I think.
Yeah.
So
somebody has this on in the background, by the way. Somebody has this on in the background.
Okay.
Because the way I was looking at that, JK, I think
it's definitely not getting an 80.
Okay.
I think we could have had another right back yesterday who, say Gomez, right, that just could have had an average game and we still would have gotten that same clean sheet, if that makes sense. Trent, I'm judging Trent on kind of his contribution in the game as well. That's really I think he's really letting himself down there in terms of what his strengths are. So that's why I scored him that low anyway. I don't think he was, what's the word, like foundational to or intrinsic to that clean sheet. I think it could have been achieved, and maybe Bradley might have come in and had it, but it's just
yeah. I understand. I understand. I mean, there's certain things about being a dynamic player like Trent that because he's you can't leave him alone. You have to focus a lot of attention on him. Bradley is a very good player himself. I don't know if he necessarily demands the same attention that Trent gets when.
No, of course not. No,
so,
no.
So yeah, so it could have been different settings if Connor was involved. I gave him a 68 people. Don't worry. I see that 65, 63, 65, 70, and 70 from Bernie. Yeah. I don't know him last. From Trent, last header. I can't think of the last header goal. He doesn't normally get involved like that, but I can't remember the last time he got involved in a header.
I guess never at max 1. So
let's move on to Maka then. I gave him a 68. I gave Trent a 68. McAllister, Irishman, you can start this one.
Well, yeah. What do you get? Only got a half, so I'll just give him a 60.
Only got a half of playing. Yep.
Yeah, I'll give him a 60.
Same
Okay.
as.
How about for you, JK?
Same as, bro. 60. Yeah.
Okay. Nolante.
Yeah, same as boy. 60. Quite quiet. Done bits, but yeah, just quiet really.
Sorry, no. Any updates on him, by the way?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to hear.
So I said earlier in the broadcast, I know that it was a thigh. It was apparently some type of thigh injury, but he's. I know, Marion is not. That's his profile picture, Marion. That's his profile picture that he took for the team. Sorry, I'll try to get a better picture for you.
The Maka one.
She doesn't like his smile.
Yeah,
she doesn't like the smile.
It's got that. I think I've never really understood what the phrase totally means, but for me, I think that picture is uncanny valley. Like he really, really looks like somebody else in that picture, and I can never figure out who it is. But it's like when I see that picture, like Marianne, I immediately think of the other person, but I can't remember exactly who it is. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is. The smile is kind of weird. Like I gotta hand it to you. Yeah, it is a bit of an odd picture. Like
he looks more serious. Like he looks normal when he's serious, but when he smiles, it just doesn't look right.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a bit odd.
What's that boxer's name? The Mexican guy.
Canelo.
Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo.
Canelo.
Yeah,
that's who he looks like. That's who he looks like. Because I seen a fight of his the other day. Actually, it reminds me of him for some reason. Like for me, Canelo looks Irish, Scottish. If you understand my point.
Yeah, Irish. Yeah, he does, isn't it? Yeah, I think he might
does.
probably have some lineage in there. JK, some Irish connections probably down the line.
Really?
Yeah. Same as McAllister, bro. He's got some Scottish. He looks Scottish, McAllister as well. It's weird.
An Irish looking Mexican.
62 from Marion, 67 from Red Armchair. Bernie gave him a 65. Bonkers gave him a 60. I thought Maka had a decent game yesterday. It was unfortunate that he didn't get a proper run out there. Like I said, he's going to be joining the Argentinian team. That's what at least his quote was, that he was going to be joining the team.
Oh yeah.
That's
precaution.
That isn't exactly what I would like to hear. I mean, it's good to hear that he's obviously not. It's not so much of a concern that he doesn't think he won't be able to play, but the fact that he's going to, just press on after coming out in a game where obviously the injury is bad enough that you had to leave the game. He did mention it to the he brought up to the training staff that something didn't feel right, and the attitude is the same as last year. Whereas any time you feel something or you just feel like you're questionable, don't push it, don't press it. Just say something about it, and they'll get the sub in. I gave him a 70, 67, 67. What were real quick review? What were your 3 scores for Macca? Going down the line here.
60, yeah.
Yeah, 61. You said.
We all
No, we all
said
said
60, right?
yeah.
Like you all said 60. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do 65. I guess then that'll be because a lot of people. There were a lot of 60 scores in the chat. I had 70, but I'm more than willing to put it to a 65, simply because also of the early substitution. And he did get a yellow card too, by the way. He did get a yellow card.
Okay, and you know what it is? We look more in control of the game when McAllister's on the pitch. I feel more at ease. And when I know McAllister's on the pitch, I think we control the game a bit more. I just felt like in the second half compared to the first half. Yeah. Just wanted to add that.
Yeah. Grava. Wait, Gravy. How about that? I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. There's this guy. There's a guy. He has a clip of Steve Harvey saying it was like on Family Feud, and it's like survey says gravy.
Yeah.
Gravy.
It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, Family Feud stuff.
I can get, I think. So every time you get that, you're gonna hear gravy.
Bisto.
What was
Exactly.
Grabba? What was Grabba for you in the Lante? What was Grabba?
Yeah, Grava, man, boy, what can I say about this guy, man? You know what I mean? He's just all we need from Gravy. We just need a gravy goal. That's all we need.
Yeah,
We just
gravy
need
goal.
we need that. We need the gravy goal, man, because you've got quite a few last season. But again, like I said, it's these internet Liverpool fans though who forget, who just jump on bandwagons and say he's dead and crap, and then all like kissing his ass is just embarrassing. But anyway,
embarrassing.
But yeah, you know how it is, JK. Bro, I think we've been on certain other channels. I mean, anyway, before I go into another rant, but we digress. But yeah, great. He's good, man. He's solid. Weren't my man of the match today, but he had another great game. I think there was times that he had 3 Palace men in the second half when we were a little bit sloppy, due to Jones being a bit confused and Sobbo wasn't great. But anyway, there's 3 Palace men onto him in terms of the turn, and there's times where Trent, which I didn't like, just kind of expected him to always to swivel, loose. And one of the times you got out hustled by 3 pass plays. That's how special this man is becoming. 3 man onto 1, but the way he just glides and moves is just the control that you just, again, JK, bro, you all know, it's just the Dutch mentality, the IQ. IQ, to know where to spin, and he's an athlete to spin, and he's gone. But today, Gravy, I'll give him an 85 because, boy, he had to do some work in the second half. And at times, he's left by himself, which wasn't good from other people in the team. But 85 for me.
Okay. How about for you, JK?
I agree with what Nilante said. I think Guy just plays very orderly, but very dynamic at the same time. He knows what he's doing now. That's what I like about him. So when he gets that ball, he knows where he wants to go, what he's trying to do and stuff. So I'm going to give him an 80, I think. I think he weren't really good, like his normal's good. But I reckon he was good yesterday. So an 80.
Okay.
Spot on, JK. Spot on.
How about for you, Addison?
I only know Keenan Thompson on SNL doing Family Feud. I've never actually seen the real guy, but I know who you're talking about. But yeah, that's all I know is Keenan Thompson doing it, which is kind of how I picture the guy now. Every time I say it, like I got the wrong guy in my head.
Yeah.
It's just like it's getting like, typical Gravenberch, 8 out of 10. It's kind of getting to that stage now with him. A revelation every game. Flawless, in terms of what he's good at. Everybody makes mistakes, but in terms of just coming in, anchoring our midfield and just saying, look, do your thing. Will he get it right all the time? No, but his general gameplay, he's doing absolutely everything that we need him to do every single game, week in, week out. So long may that continue. He's got, he must be, I would say, floating on air pretty much every day now. He's just walking around like he's king of the world. He's top of the league with Liverpool. He's pivotal. Everyone's talking about him, man of the match every week. He must be just looking at, thinking, football is a hell of a game, because 2 years ago I'm on the scrap heap at Bayern, or I'm getting booted out, or I'm a failure at Liverpool, yada, yada, yada. And look where you are now. Yeah. You just need to keep your head down, a change of manager, a change of position, a change of something. And you're one of the best players at one of the biggest clubs in the world, top of the league. Life can't get much better. So, yeah, big up to him, and long may it continue. So I'll give him an 85 as well. So
okay. Gravy is like is brown here in America. I know that there's other
pretty sure it's brown.
There's also like, I know, because like Italian Americans, at least, they call gravy is like
Yeah,
that's where I go. No, gravy is brown. Gravy is brown. Real gravy is brown.
Brown. I mean, America, like this all for like turkey and like, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got some turkey gravy and chicken gravy, but gravy means beef, baby.
Yeah,
that.
There you go. All right.
Hey, with the ad-libs, come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. Sponsored by Bristol's.
Yeah. Gravenberch did have a giveaway that led to a real opportunity for Crystal Palace yesterday. But you're absolutely right. Other than that little blemish, I think Gravenberch had an exceptional game. 92% passing, 2 key passes, 1 out of 2 for his long balls, 1 big chance created. Did have a shot. There's something that I noticed with Gravenberch yesterday. In the chat, you can tell me if you saw it too as well, or how you felt about this. But there was a right around, and I make sure I put in my notes here. I think it was around it was in the 60th, like in that 60th minute, or the 5th, like in the 50th minute window. Excuse me, in the 50th minute window, there was an opportunity that Dom had to shoot the ball, and he passed it off to Salah, and ended up not amounting to really much of anything out of that. Dom he had space, could have taken a shot, probably could have taken a shot, if not taken another touch and went into the box and taken a shot, but he didn't. He allowed for Salah to get the pass. But Gravenberch had an opportunity on the left side of the pitch. As soon as he had the opportunity, he took a crack at it, and he didn't get the shot. It was obviously, like I said, it was blocked, but it was like no hesitation. It's different. I think what I'm trying to get at is that I think Gravenberch, and I'd like to see Dom get to the mental confidence or mental stability of what Gravenberch is in his game right now, of just like allowing for the game to come and him just picking his position, his spots to take these shots, or take good shots at least. And that's something I noticed. It was right around like if you're looking at the 50 to 60 minute mark yesterday, you'll see what I'm talking about. There was Dom had his chance, he passed it off to Salah, but Gravenberch could have done the same. Could have either passed it off to Cody, or even tried to pass it off to the I think it was at the time it was Dom coming in on as a filler, but he ended up taking a shot, and I'm like, I'd like to see that out of Dom, the confidence we're seeing out of Gravenberch in Dom. But anyways, I gave a 78. I know there was 70 from Bonkers. I think it's 78's fair. 78 from Marion, or from Bernie. Marion had an 85. I think it's 78. 84 from Red Armchair Supporter. Good game. Good solid game from Gravenberch.
What you giving it, Ante?
I gave him 85, bro.
What you give him, JK?
80 there.
I gave him an 85. I mean, I think he needs to be an 80.
An 80?
100%.
A lot of 80s in the chats. Yeah, lots of
80.
I think I might have like taken off a couple points because of that giveaway was a very key giveaway. Like that was the second shot. The second shot that I referenced in the 64th minute was was a result of Gravenberg's giveaway.
Sack him. So get him out. Get him out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
exactly.
saying
Yeah,
that.
it's
I'm
gonna
not
happen
saying
once
that.
in a while. But
Chase,
yeah.
I'm just
chase him down
being,
his chase him down the street and throw toilet paper in his car. Like they always do.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So tough. Poor
No, because
shame on you,
you
tough.
said you did. No, you were talking about that earlier on. Like, and someone mentioned, and we didn't make more. Like the amount of times, like they literally their own fans or their own players have to kind of race away from their own stadiums. Like, when's the last time any Liverpool player ever got aggro driving out of? The worst thing that ever happens is to get asked for too many autographs.
Mm.
You know, like it's just a different. We're talking about Trent and Madrid. It's just a different way of doing things over there, man.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah, it was a bit of a lame shot. No, because it was a bit of a lame. But we spoke about that, didn't we? 12 man about a week ago. We're saying like Gravenberch is the kind of guy who look, we're totally happy with him right now, of course. But if he was to go on and let's say become an absolutely amazing player, one of the things that could be would be that kind of Frank Lampard style arriving late to the box and getting on the end of shots, which is we've seen him nearly do it a few times. So maybe in another 6 months' time, he might start honing that as well. And can you imagine a player who can do everything he can do right now, but also gets you 7 to 8 goals a season in the league? That's a serious player. That's a £150 million player.
We all want to see Gravenberg score a little. I mean, like Gravenberg hasn't scored, but his play has been exceptional enough that people have really praised his play. Dom hasn't scored this year either, or he has scored this year, but he actually did have a score. But we would like to see obviously Dom score more as well. But yeah, Gravenberg I think is like we saw him score last year more, and a lot of people were not really
finish.
happy with this play, or not really happy with him as a player. So
he's shown he can finish from the edge of the box. So you add that to what he's doing right now, you're talking about a player that will cost us 3 times what we paid for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a top quality footballer right there.
Absolutely. I think that whether it's Cody, whether it's Gravenberg, I think they've all whether it's Ibu, whether it's Lucho, I think all of them have enhanced their definitely enhanced their market value from the price, especially the price that we bought these players at. I think they've all enhanced their prices.
Yeah, and quickly, I also want to say, do you remember the time when people were like, Klopp's in control of the signings nowadays because Edwards weren't there, and then we got in Szoboszlai, McAllister, Endo, and Gravenberch. 3 out of the 4 have all done excellent for me. Szoboszlai is on the borderline, could do better for sure. So all in all, 3 out of the 4 have been fucking wicked. So there you go.
I agree. I would even go as far as to say that Dom was out of all those players, Dom was the player that made the emergence out of that block that got brought in. Yeah. He was the one that made the emergence first, I think, and he did settle off a little bit right around the injury, especially. He settled off a little bit, but yeah.
Don't forget McAllister. Don't forget McAllister, JK.
Yeah.
Oh no, JK mentioned him, I think, bro.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry. Yeah,
he mentioned him in the signs. Yeah, he mentioned him.
That's one of JK's favorite. That's one of JK's favorite players right now.
At the moment, like McAllister's probably grown on me because I realised when he's on the pitch, we just control the game better. And he gets stuck in. Yeah, just everything about him. I just think he's a really good football brain. He can't really run fast because I've seen him try, but I don't reckon he needs to. That's how good he is. Like Gundogan, don't need to be fast. Can just run about just about on that. But they use their brain for their game, So McAllister's probably one of my favourite players now at the moment. Doing well.
I do think that.
JK. So if you can pass a ball first time, the way he can, which he's doing a lot more. I'll maybe talk about that later on. You don't need to be that quick.
Yeah.
If you can, because his first time passing is coming to the fore, I think, this season, and it's up there. It's like you were talking about the splitter earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed we're playing a lot more splitters this year? We're trying to, at least.
Yeah, trying to get that sort of crucial pass straight in. Yeah,
that bang, like the one from Jota. Do you remember the Jota goal where he hit that ball? He ended up scoring it himself from the header, but that first time pass he played,
Yeah.
So quick, you can't defend that when it's that quick and it's first time. You can't defend it. Doesn't matter how good you are. So I've been really kind of pleased to see he's playing a lot more of that. And McAllister is so good at that. He's really good at just hitting it first time, bang, and he's ambitious with this. He'll do it over 40 yards. He tried it twice at Palace, wide ball first time, 45 yard pass, trying to get Mo in, real quick, very like the kind of Klopp stuff. So I think like the only thing he doesn't have is outright pace. If he did, he'd probably be 180 million, but he's got absolutely everything else. And I was going to say he can't break the kid, but they kind of did at the weekend.
Yeah, I know. But,
they kind of got it.
I remember you made that comment, like I think the game before about he's an Argentinian. He likes to get those knocks and those bumps and and get put in. I'm like,
well, not likes him, but kind of thrives off the
rise off of him. Yeah,
but enough of them will break you. Enough of them will break you. But me and my big dumb mouth, we know.
Yeah, you want to take it's like taking your SUV off road, and you want to go over a lot of those bumps and rocks, but I mean, like, sometimes you don't
you don't need people on the side throwing stones in your path either. So
there you go. Well, let's move on to move on to King Mo. What was your rating on King Mo, Irishman?
Oh, he's controversial now, isn't he?
He is somewhat. I know that a lot of people were very, they're very critical of his play. Got subbed out yesterday too, by the way. Got subbed out in a game that was still very much in the balance of being, pushed left or right. Was subbed in at the 73rd minute. We ended up seeing, obviously, if Chiesa was available, we probably would have seen. There's no guarantee, but we most likely would have seen Chiesa come in at right wing for him. But we ended up seeing Lucho come in for him. What was your rating on Mohamed?
Stats, please.
Let's see. 73 minutes played, 0.21. Had that assist, or not assist, but that pass from Virgil to Mo, which was his. I think he got a big chance missed. He did. That was. I thought he had that. I don't know how he didn't put that anywhere but where he ended up putting it, which was like right into the arms of the keeper. You know what I'm talking about? He had Virgil had a beautiful little like dink pass into the box. Mo was able to trap it perfectly and then able to get a quick shot right after, and ended up going right in. Unfortunately, it was just too close. The goalkeeper was too close to it where he was able to cut off the angle, and he just shot it right at him pretty much. But stats: 33 touches, not many touches yesterday. Obviously, he played 73 minutes. Was 86% for his passing. 0 for 1 for his crosses, 3 for 3 for long balls. Had 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked. Obviously, big chance missed. 1 out, 2 for ground duels. 7 possessions lost. Was fouled once and had 1 clearance. That's his stats.
Yeah, it's a quiet game, isn't it? It's hard. You see, I'm only asking for the guys who I didn't see in the game stand out and do anything. But like Bernie says, you take him off. He doesn't want to take him off. You leave him on. He does something. So he's getting down. He is getting to that point now of being just a kind of a lock picking player, as opposed to a player who's just at it all game like he used to be. So it's really hard for me to judge these guys because, I don't think it was his best game at all. 62.
All right. JK?
Quite one for me, Salah. Like at the end of the day, we were just used to him like not do sometimes not really get involved in the game, but still get a goal, get an assist in the game for us,
Yeah.
For me, he's allowed to have a quiet game now and again. Someone else will step up, That's what I like about this season. If Salah don't really step up, someone else is sort of stepping up. So for me, that's the sort of flow I like sometimes. When one player's not really doing it, another guy says, "You know what? I'll do this time." So we still won the game with him on the game. But for me, he's 31 years old, and he's still, for me, probably one of our important players. So, yeah. I'm going to give him for yesterday's. I don't think he was great. I'll give him a 60 for yesterday.
Okay. If he plays with the Phoenix Rising, I am buying season tickets. If Mohamed Salah plays for Phoenix Rising, I will buy season tickets. How about for you? I just commenting something on the chat there, Tatara. How about for you, Nalante?
We play to Phoenix Rise. But
Yeah.
I play to the States and I'll come and join you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
So I've got my friend out in Arizona in your sticks. So I'm due to visit him at some point. But yeah.
Raising Arizona.
Yeah, there you go.
In it.
Great
movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Literally. Mo. You know what? There's been a lot talked about Mo, to be honest. And look, I'm just gonna be honest with Mo. I mean, this is similar to last season when he came back. And it's the thing with Mo. I don't know what it is, but look, he's been a great servant for us. Don't get me wrong, but maybe it's due to tiredness. He's been overplayed, so it's the fault. But it's just near the end of each season, he just kind of goes. It just kind of goes off the ball. But again, it could be fatigue. It could be playing non-stop, non-out. So, like I said, he's been a great with Mo. To be honest, his game was similar to Bologna. If I'm honest, if you take away the assist and the goal, it was a similar performance, and that's the worrying thing with Mo. This is the thing, but at the same time, JK's others to step up. I mean, we'll get on to the next player. I'll talk about him, but yeah, it's just right now with Mo. It just seems like it's just a moments thing. If he doesn't get a goal and assist, then it's just that he's struggling a bit at the moment. So. And Brian, your situation of Mr. Slot and his don't take Mo off. That's been debunked now because he came off, which is good. I'm glad to see that, to be honest, because whether it's Mo, Trent, whoever, if you haven't not a great game, they need to come off. And the only, I think you 12 alluded to it. The only disappointing thing that Kaiser was not fit. And it would have been nice to see Chiesa take the last 20 minutes. But yeah, like JK said, 60, man. I just hope Mo, listen, everyone talks about his goals and assists, and yeah, he gets them. But I just like Mo when he's more involved in the game, to be honest. But yeah. Anyway, 60 for me. He'll come again next week or after the international break.
Okay. I think we had a bunch of. I'm trying to see what what the chat put in there. It's like I think they're all in this Bonkers had him in 70, 55 from Kama. I know you gave him a pretty low score too, Bri.
62. I gave him.
Yeah. I had him at a 68. I think that 60 from KJ. I guess I'll bump it down to a 65. How about that? Not his best game yesterday, but I don't know. I don't know if he was. I know someone said in the chat that he was kind of wasn't really in the zone or anything like that. I think also sometimes you have to just give credit where credit's due. Crystal Palace was trying to make it very difficult for us to really get him involved the way we would have liked it. And I think there has been more performances from our left side, which is something that we saw in reverse. It was a higher emphasis to our right side being the creating and being the scoring on the right side. But as of late, it's been more so our left side has gotten a lot more of the lion's share of creation and goal scoring. I think 65 is a safe one. There was something else. Before we get into substitutes, I will bring up a fun trivia question for you guys. So let's just get through Diego, and I think Diego's the last person I have on this list. Diego, All right. So for Nolante, Diego was what for you yesterday?
I think Diego had a decent game, so he got the goal, but the two misses were kind of shocking on Jota's
Yes.
standards. They were
Yes.
shocking. I've got to be honest. That's poor.
Yes.
Because the game should have been wrapped up. And if that was Nunes, as much as my feelings about
Yes.
Nunes, everyone would have the field day. I mean, that's poor from
Yes.
Diego. But the goal, he done intelligent movement, so that was good. His
Yep.
intelligence, I think people need to understand in the box to
Yep.
get out in front of the defender, and he done one or two good things. So for the winning, I'll say about 72 for Diogo, but he really needs to be finishing them chances, or else we will have a different conversation.
Okay. JK?
I reckon he's a match winner for me. You know, he got that goal.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
think when I like that work that Salah and Gravenberch did together on Trent on the right wing to
Yeah.
get Diego that chance. That the teamwork there, brilliant. I think it was just a little bit too fast for him. I think if it was just like 10%, 5%, a little bit slower, I think Jota would have connected beautifully, you know.
Mm.
But for me, he got the winner in the 9th minute, and we kept a clean sheet after that. So for me, I'm going to give him an 85, man. Just because
Okay.
he got the winner. Yeah.
Okay. Brian?
But I'll quickly want to say something.
Okay.
What I didn't like about yesterday's game was like Diego Jota is like a street football player, and what he does sometimes is he leaves a little stamp on the player that's who's marking him, and you know it's like I think it's cool to an extent, but I think sometimes he does it in the way that he's easily going to get booked. You know, you just watch his gameplay throughout the game. I think Trent yesterday did something as well, like these silly little things that can easily get you a yellow card. I think I've been seeing it a lot this season, more than I would say under Klopp. Just certain things like kicking the ball away. Trent did it in the last game. And I think Jota yesterday, a few times, he was sort of leaving little things on players and stuff where I think it weren't really needed. So he's like walking on that sort of borderline of getting booked or not getting booked. So I'm just saying that's like one thing I didn't like about Jota's game yesterday.
I think he's kind of giving him a little equal payback, you know, because he's taking a couple of knocks himself.
He's getting, yeah, of course. But you know what it is? It's easier for a centre forward to get booked than a centre half. It's weird. As soon as the centre forward sort of makes a play at the centre back within the game, because it's not expected. Normally, it's the other way around. They'll get a yellow card, bro. Centre forwards do. Centre backs are used to playing that game, so the referee's going to think, he's doing what he needs to do. He's a defender, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let that go. But as soon as the centre forward does something iffy, boom, he gets booked. It's mad.
60. How about for you, Dara? How about for you, Irishman? Sorry, I see Dara's comment. I'm sorry.
Friendly Dara. Big up. Sorry, I was just gonna say big up. AJ SJ. Big him up. Big him up.
Oh yeah, always every day. KJ, big up.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't forget. Hopefully KJ will join us tomorrow. It's KJ's birthday tomorrow too. By the way.
Oh yeah, he has to. He must.
Happy birthday,
he must.
Man.
Right. It's a big birthday weekend. We've had a couple birthdays this weekend.
Yeah. Fucking Libra's all over the place.
Yeah, Libra's all over it. Hirschman, how about for you? What was Diego's?
No, just to reiterate what JK said, Diego is nobody's bitch. You know, if he
wow.
He has that nasty streak.
Brian, bring the After Dark commentary out tonight.
Yeah, but it's after 9. It's past the watershed.
Exactly.
But it's no, like he has that nasty streak in him in the way that Ian Rush would leave one in one. Don't worry about that, man. And it is that little striker studs one. He has that in him, and I like that about him. Same with McAllister. You can't bully him, like you said. You know, someone can put one in on him, and then he'll never go near that defender again in the game because he doesn't want to get hit again. Or some players will go, okay, the next available opportunity, I'm hitting you to let you know I will not be bullied. That's how you thrive in a game like football. So yeah, that's what you get from Jota. And JK is right. these days, when you see a forward go in, yeah, the refs will give it a lot more. They'll look at a defender and go, "Oh, you silly, now come on now, enough of that," kind of thing. Where bang, instant yellow for a striker because they see it as kind of nasty and malicious. But I don't mind that in our players. I
Mhm.
agree with what JK is saying in doing it unnecessarily. But yeah, I don't mind that nasty streak, that toughness that he has, because like you say, he is a street baller. You can see it in him straight away. He's used to like getting hit, and he's quite small, so probably having to always fight his own corner. So
Mhm.
match winner, yeah, they're on the spot. I can't remember the other one for some reason, but that header, he tries to flick it, and why he just doesn't redirect it back across the goalkeeper into the other corner, I have no idea. Like I thought he missed the header, but when you see the replay, he missed it because he tried to kind of flick it into the near post. All he had to do was just redirect that back across the goalkeeper, and it goes into
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
open. It was like, why did he try that flick header? Like, yeah, that he should have, like the hat trick. Okay, people don't always get hat tricks, but 100% he should have had 2 goals. Especially like that header was an
Mhm.
easy one. All he had to do was let it hit his head back across the keeper, but he tried to be not fancy or clever, but he chose the wrong option to flick it in, and yeah, that didn't work for him at all. So, but like JK said, yeah, match winner. So that would make him 80. I'll give him an 80.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Oh no, sorry.
Me.
No, 12 points. Sorry. No. Sorry. He's a 70 because -10 for that celebration. Not having it
There
at
you
all.
go. There you
-10
go.
for that celebration.
I didn't know if I
Anyone
had to bring
answer
that
for the
up or not.
postcard?
I didn't know if I had to bring up the cat
Yeah,
celebration or whatever that was.
yeah.
I don't know. It was like,
Anyone in the chat that knows what the hell that was, please tell us, because yeah, it
I
was
think that's
not
why the
good.
cameraman cut away from me. He started then he's like, "What is that?"
I'm doing you a
Flick?
favor. Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
doing you a favor.
I think he was
Yeah,
trying to impersonate a baby, maybe. For he probably had a kid or
no
something.
idea
I have
what he
That's
was
what I
no
was
doing.
thinking. Like, yeah,
I have no idea what that
I think it
was.
was. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very interesting. All right, so I had him at a 70. I will bring him up to a 75. Is that legit?
That's what
Yeah,
KJ
I
is saying
don't
it
know if
there.
he had an
No
80.
clue.
I think you had to take away from
I was just going to say that it looked like a mime trying to mime climbing up a wall, and KJ is saying it was someone saying it was a climbing reference. Yeah, this is just like the world's most confusing goal celebration. I think he does
Yeah,
animals
Bernie's
as
saying
well.
I think he thinks he does animals
Jeez.
for his daughter. I think maybe it was like a cat celebration.
It's like your business name. If you start a business and you have to tell people how to spell the name of your business, it's the wrong name. Like if your celebrations are that confusing, just do another one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I do have your question, Dara. I do have your question starred. I will bring it up after the ratings. Just trying to get through all the ratings here because I know it is coming up on the 2 hour mark now. Trying to definitely keep you guys riveted with our commentary. So
We'll
just give
circle
us
the
a sec.
airport a couple
We
of times.
will get to that question, and I do have a trivia question of my own too. But Cody, Irishman, you're up first this time.
Yeah.
What were you gonna rate Cody?
Probably you remember me saying this about a year ago. He's, in my opinion, the best finisher at the club. I think the more he plays, the better he gets, as per usual. But I'm just constantly impressed with him. He's got to be pushing Diaz at this stage. You know, maybe even Salah's thinking Salah can do it some time on the bench. Diaz can do it on the right. I've got a ready-made option here to come in. Because I did want to quickly say, I think Salah, I don't think he's there now, but I think he's about 12 months away from becoming someone who you start semi-regularly and then bring off the bench. I definitely think he's getting to that stage, but not quite yet. But Cody yesterday, I'll give him an 87.
Okay. 87 is high. Good mark. How about for you, JK? No, it's a good mark. I'm not questioning. I'm just saying this is a
like last week we won
I think I
about.
gave him a mark too, by the way.
Will he start? You know, that was like sort of the topic, and I said I'd play him in front of Diaz, because like Diaz 2 games hasn't scored, got an assist, and maybe just like rest the lad. He's played a lot of football. For me, Gapco, like he's earned that, you know, to start at the weekend yesterday, and what did he do? He got an assist, so. He looked lively all game, Gapco, man. He's improved quite a lot in the last, say, 6 months, if that, you know, like even less than that. In the last 4 months, he's improved so much. So I'm going to give him an 80, you know, for yesterday.
Okay. Measured. Nolante.
Like a fine tailored suit.
There you go. Getting the practice in for that suit that we're gonna get made.
12-man jacket. Yeah.
Exactly. Nolante, what was your rating on Cody?
Yeah, just to follow up on Brian jacket. When you get the 12-man jacket, just let us all know 12 for who your tailor is.
Yeah. Definitely. That jacket's gonna be fire. I'm sure. Yeah. JK's brother is a quality tailor, so I'm looking forward.
I forgot. JK, don't worry, we'll speak offline. Don't worry, we speak offline.
Yeah, exactly.
Nolante just heard 30% discount. That's what he heard.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, right. I'm all about the free bit. The low percentage. I'm all in, mate.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
All in.
Oh, good.
Yeah. What was your rating for Cody though?
With Cody, I thought he's my man of the match.
Okay.
And people would say, you know, he did it. I mean, again, I'm not saying particular, but you know, hypothetically, people would say he didn't go, he shot up. But listen, Cody, and he done something which I feel like sometimes he doesn't do. Just sometimes I feel he's too inside when he attacks the wing. But yesterday he was going inside, outside.
Yeah,
he done some good skill on the wing. Yeah, man. Yeah, he had a great game.
That's a great point.
He was going inside out, so that's what I want to see from Cody. And I think he had one or two shots, but I thought he had a great game personally. I agree. Yeah, KJ, yeah, that as well. And him and Diaz, he's pushing well, man. And Cody, he's picking up his form since the summer with Holland. And yeah, man, just if he continues get the goals, man, then we're gonna have a great season with them two battling each other. So yeah, I'll give same as Brian, 87 for me, my man in the match.
Okay. Yeah, I think I had him at hold on, let me see. Bring him up here. I had him at an 88, yeah. Bonker 70, KJ 80, 75 from Bernie, 70 from Aaron. Those scores in the chat bring our scores down on the panel. I think an 88 is pretty spot on, but I'll give him let's make it an 86. How about that? I definitely think he was definitely a real contender for the man of the match. I think certainly, just as Nolante said, putting in a great assist. That pass was a beautiful, well thought out pass. By the way, doing something that Brian and I were talking about, and that was he's more of a scorer than a facilitator. And yesterday he was playing a little bit of both. And if anything, he was actually looking to pass a little bit more so than he was than just automatically trying to find his shot, or just as Nolante said, cut into the middle and try to find his shot. I was happy about that. Very happy. Resulted in our first goal game too.
Thanks, Marianne. That's a very nice compliment. Thank you.
It always goes fast when you're having fun, for sure. We're gonna get into these subs. Again, I think with the subs, so what we'll do, let me double check too.
Dom is reasonable.
Endo, I won't put a grade on Endo. I think I did put a grade anyway, but I won't put a grade on Endo because he only played 8 minutes. Got in at the 89th minute. Robbo was even questionable. I mean, he got in at the 79th minute. But I guess if we are going to grade them, I guess because Yaros did come in the 79th minute too, I would like to give a grade for Yaros. I thought he played excellent. And Lucho got in the 73rd minute, and Dom got in the 46th minute. So
we can do Dom and Lucho, definitely. They're fair enough.
yeah.
I mean,
do I not have a? I don't have a. Let me see. Oh. I didn't put my. Here, I'll leave this blank. So everyone knows my score, but what was it for Yaros? For you guys, what was Yaros's rating? We'll start off with Yaros because there was a pretty interesting thing that happened yesterday. Because Yaros ended up making history. If you guys want to hear it, I'll give it to you. I can give it to you before the score, or I can give it to you after the score. If you guys want to hear about what history Yaros was a part of yesterday.
No, we hold it back. Keep it to after.
Okay. Nalate, then, what was your rating for Yaros?
Jaros, yeah, it was a bit of a situation, football's unpredictabilities, Alisson, no Kelleher. So we came in, and the first bit, obviously, Van Dijk, I think, took the goal kick. So you think, bit of nerves there. We're 1-0 up, and there was another, I think, kick. He kind of nearly slipped on you, thinking, But after that, yeah, he's pretty okay. I think one punch he did okay, and then obviously the golden chance for Palace. Eze really should have been finishing that, but again, he's straight at him, and he saved it. So I'll give him, because last 15 minutes plus time, I'll give him a solid 60, 65, something about that.
60. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I think I'm a little higher, but that's cool. That's cool. He made that one save, and BBD was quick to give him some praise, give him some, give him a little pat on the butt, say, hey, good, keep it up. How about for you, JK? What was your host? I'm looking at. I'll when we get to Dom, I already see that the chat gave their score for Dom. But now you guys are getting it in the Yaros ratings. I see 60 from Boxers, 70 from KJ. I think Bernie gave him an 80. Solid first limited time. What was your score for him, JK?
I'm going to give him an 80 for debut to get us, he may want but 2 saves, which he had to make. He didn't start kicking straight away. Virgil took it. And I think he just did a good job. He didn't make no mistakes, within the time he was on the pitch. So for me, I'm going to give him an 80 for debut.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, pretty much the definition of life comes at you fast. We don't know when this guy found out the Kelleher was ill. Was it the night before the game, the morning of the game, an hour before the game? Did they just do a temperature check on Kelleher and go, yeah, no, look, you're not making it. And that's like an hour before the game. So he's going on the bench maybe at least at most 24 hours notice, thinking, oh, okay, right, cool, Premier League game. This is nice. I suppose I better be ready. Hey, what are the chances I get on here? But got to be ready, get my head ready, and all of that. And within the space of a few hours, then he's looking at Ali going down, thinking, oh shit. And then he sees that, like you said it, as soon as Ali took his glove off and threw it to the ground, we knew he was done for weeks. Yeah. Not just for the game. We knew, that's weeks.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, it ain't cleared up by tomorrow. So he's thinking, this is actually happening. So that happens, and then within 20 minutes, he's got Eberechi Eze bearing down on him one-on-one, one of the best attackers in the league.
Yep.
All he has to now, if Eze should have buried that, and if he did, that would have no bearing whatsoever on Yaros. That should just have been buried, and that's what a good player should have done. So he's thinking, oh, holy hell, this is really happening. And Eze doesn't make great contact, comes into his hands. So, like I said, in the space of 24 hours, he's had one hell of a day. So, yeah, to come in and just keep it together and, do his thing, just absolutely brilliant. And now that Ali is out, he's had a chance to get some game time, some confidence under his belt, and he can go into backing up Kelleher now. So, yeah, all good, really good. 70.
Okay. Yeah, I have a 75. As I said, everyone could see my score. I had my cards in the reverse order for some reason. I think sci-fi's cool. I'll give you this. This is the quiz or the trivia for the panel and for the chat here real quick. By the end of the match, Yargos, the Czech goalie, had also made some history. He became only the 5th goalkeeper to maintain a clean sheet after being subbed on for Liverpool. It's a very interesting stat. I thought it would be more, but I guess it makes sense because often the goalkeeper's not subbed off too often. Especially if you have a clean sheet, you're probably not getting subbed off, other than for probably injury, for terms of injury. Can anyone name the last time a goalkeeper was subbed on to get the clean sheet? So I said this is the 5th time in the history of Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
What was the 4th, basically? Can anyone name when was the 4th?
Let's go Brad Friedel.
I was about to say that, JK.
Taking shots at my Americans. What are you doing?
Like, I was just thinking, I think, 12 is just doing it so we can start blowing the trumpet and saying how great he was.
Yeah.
That's why he knows him. So I'll go Brad Friedel.
Yeah, I would say Kelleher.
Okay. Kelleher was Bernie's shout. Kirkland was Red Armchair Supporters shout. Dara, do you have an answer for this one? I have your trivia question too. Don't worry, I will bring up your trivia question. I still haven't started, but this one's related to actually this player, so that's why I'm bringing this one up. Karius, so far, no one has gotten it right.
Reina, then.
Nope.
Would it be Reina?
Reina got subbed in. He's always a starter.
Would it be what's his name? He plays at
Adam Bogdan. Adam Bogdan.
Nope. I'll repeat the question for KJ. He's asking me to repeat the question, and I'll repeat it for Dara. I got you, Dara. Okay, so yesterday, Yaros became the 5th goalkeeper to maintain a clean sheet after being subbed on for Liverpool against Crystal Palace. The last time this happened, or the 4th time it happened, who was the fourth goalkeeper to be subbed on and accomplish that feat? If it's only 5 times, it's only happened 5 times. Yaros got a clean sheet, complemented the clean sheet to maintain the clean sheet. It's only happened 4 times previously before that. What was the last time it happened? What was the 4th time it happened?
Jerzy Dudek?
No. You guys are picking up some really no. I don't. It surprised me. The name surprised me. How about that? The name surprised me. I don't know if that's helping you. I mean, everyone said about almost a whole long list of it.
Would it be the goalkeeper who used to play for us? He's at RB Leipzig, Peter Galassi?
No.
Not
I'm
him.
gonna let Dara. Dara, do you want to give a guess? Waiting for Dara. I know Dara likes to.
Yeah, I don't want to keep going on about because I've had 2 guesses, but this is in the Premier League, right? Just for the
It
people
did happen
guessing.
in the Premier League. The occurrence did happen in the Premier League. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll have one more guess and say because it's going to be a sub keeper, right? So, Andy Lonergan.
No.
Okay,
So
I'll stop guessing now.
Yeah.
It's not going to be one of the first.
Dara, I gave you a chance. Dara, I gave you your chance. You're not going to answer. You just leave it. I know you might be on a patrol or something, but I gave you a chance to ansser.
He's not.
So
He's at
far,
home
no one in the
drinking.
chat has brought it up either. Or actually, you know what? KJ did bring up one of the players, but he only got one of the players right.
Dara said earlier on that he opened up his first beer, so I certainly hope he's not out on patrol.
Oh well, yeah. I hope he's not on patrol.
Maybe
I'm
David
only
James
joking,
coming on
Dara.
a sub.
It was so
David James.
Brad Jones was the goalkeeper.
Brad Jones.
Brad Jones.
Oh,
Okay.
Brad.
I thought KJ got
Yes.
one of them.
And
Brad Jones was cool.
He was terrible.
Yes,
Yeah, but I liked him.
JK, he was. Oh, he was not good. He was
Brad Jones.
Australian, wasn't he? He was massive as well.
I think he was American, wasn't he?
No,
No,
Aussie.
Brad Jones was Australian.
Aussie.
Oh, okay.
Aussie.
How about this,
Right.
KJ? I don't know why. I think there was dodging this question. Who was the keeper that came in for Brad Jones? And can anyone name the game?
That Brad Jones came in for, you mean?
No, Brad Jones was the starter in this game.
Well, how was he the keeper that was subbed in and kept the clean sheet?
No, I said Brad Jones was the starter. I didn't say he got half of it right.
Oh,
He said Brad Jones and Danny Ward. Brad Jones was the starter. The player.
Okay, so it wasn't Brad Jones. So it was Ward.
It wasn't Danny Ward either.
Right.
Guys
Okay,
are all
so
over
it
the
wasn't
place.
Brad Jones.
I'm going to put you out for misery, guys, for this one. Is Mingele. Simone Mingele. 2014. It was the game against Burnley. December 2014.
No, I thought you said KJ got it right. That's what I thought.
I said he got half of it right. I said he got half of it right.
Sorry. I just heard you saying KJ.
Half of the millionaire. Okay, 2014. Oh,
2014. That was the last time this happened. Was when Simone Mingele was replaced by Brad. Was replaced by
trash.
Or excuse me, Simone Mingele started. Excuse me, you're right. Brad Jones.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. You are the worst quiz guy ever.
All right, take over the show, please.
There's more. If you like this, there's more tomorrow.
No, if you don't like this, there's
Simone Mignolet replaced Brad Jones in a match against Burnley. That's what I said.
Are you sure?
I'm reading it. The last time this happened was when Simone Mignolet replaced Brad Jones in a match against Burnley in December 2014.
Okay.
That's why I said he got half the right. Danny Ward was not involved.
Yeah,
he was not involved. Brad Friedel,
he's got an alibi.
Still getting strays.
He's not involved. Yeah, he's got an alibi.
It looks like I froze up here.
Danny Ward, he weren't involved.
He was not. He was not involed. I got it right the first time. I just Brian's all like trying to fluster.
I am not.
He's going to put pressure on the presenter.
Yeah,
I'm just looking for clarity. I'm seeking clarity.
Clarity, goddammit, clarity.
Mignolet, he was so bad, lads. Really, he honestly did. I never ever felt like even when he played well. There's just something about Mignolet. I just couldn't back him. He's going to be. He just didn't have any confidence, did he? He didn't look like a confident keeper. He looked like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, he looked meek. He just looked meek.
Yeah, but for me, he was a good shot stopper.
That's what he was. Yeah,
that's what he was. And I think ever since then, that era of goalkeeping, you've got more into that world of goalkeepers playing sweepers now, if you understand what I mean. Look at Alisson and Edison. They're on the halfway line sometimes. Then we did that in Mignolet's days, Different sort of. It's quick. It's mad how goalkeeping's changed as well within that time period. Like in 10 years, bang. So for me, Mignolet, he did a job in that under Rodgers, wasn't it? So he wasn't that bad for me. I think he was good. I reckon he did pretty well. He had the odd mistake in him. That was the only thing. And for me, fans want a goalkeeper where you ain't got that feeling he's going to make a mistake. So.
To be honest, to me, the only good goalkeepers we've had since the glory days, as it were, with Grobler or whatever, the only properly really good ones are Pepe Reina, Brad Friedel, even though he did his best work after he left us, and Alisson. That to me are really the only three that I think are actually like top goalkeepers. Reina, Ali, and Brad Friedel. Like Westerveld was okay. Mignolet was okay.
Awful.
Just okay. But the only time like that I thought we got one of the best in the world. Obviously with Ali. Reina was close, but he was unlucky that he was Spanish, so he had and he was playing in that wonder generation where they were winning the World Cup. Yeah, exactly. But I'm talking post Clemens, Bernie. I'm talking like since Clemens and Grobbelaar. So I mean mainly Premier League. The only ones that I really think that would be like, because Reina plays for probably everybody but that Spanish team, and he still got in the squad because he was like the best crack in the world apparently. But yeah, those three really are to me kind of the only ones that come up to it.
Friedel, I hear you, bro. Friedel, not for me for Liverpool. I think he was average for us.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that good.
That's what I definitely massive caveat that he did his best work after.
Yeah, outside. Yeah.
At Blackburn, he was one of the best in the league every year. He was
phenomenal. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Let's get through these last couple of ratings real quick. And just give me your score. We don't have to go too deep into it. Because
sorry. I thought we were finished with people. Sorry, I thought we were finished.
We only have Dom to rate, and we'll just go through the scores. Just give me your scores for Dom. What were your scores for Dom? We're going with you first, Irishman, and then JK.
70.
Okay, JK, just the score for Dom.
65.
Okay, Nolante.
50.
50. Oh wow. It's going down. Well, I'm glad I don't have another panelist because it might be worse. for Dom.
He did okay with the chat earlier on. I saw a few.
Oh, I know. They originally I brought out Yardos, but they were. I'm bringing it back. Yeah, they rated Dom already. Bernie had him at.
He got better in the half.
Yeah. Marion is 60. KJ 60.
Yeah, about 60 is right. Yeah. He got better longer the game sort of went on. I think
and it's all good. I had it 75, but I'll bring him to a 65. Sounds about right from where you guys rated him and where the chat had him. The last one we're gonna rate is Lucho because he's the only one that really got any real minutes, I guess, because he got subbed in at the 73rd minute. Lucha got subbed in for Mo, which is a surprising sub in a 1-0 game.
Yeah.
What was your rating for? We're going up the stream this time. So, Nolante, what was your rating for Lucho?
He came on, tried a few things, a little bit more involved in the game, but don't bet 1-2. So, 60.
Okay. JK?
Yep. Same as I didn't need him, so it was cool. 60.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, same 60.
Okay.
Short time. Short round,
Yeah. Bernie got 75. KJ gave him a 60. Yes, we're on Lucho. Yeah. I gave him a 70 personally, but it was average game. Nothing spectacular.
17 minutes,
Huh?
Well, what was it? 6
Yeah,
minutes?
he only got 17 minutes. I'll give you some stats.
So 20, basically 20 minutes. So I think
injury time.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And then had one shot, but it was blocked. Only had 13 touches, 6 out of 9 for his passing. Had one key pass, 1 for 1 for his crosses. But like you said, didn't have one clearance. Lost the ball.
I know, but he had 13 touches in 20 minutes. Salah had 33 touches in 73 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
he's clearly got a bit more on the ball. I mean, he got nearly half of Salah's total in a third of Salah's time.
Yeah,
because Diaz is the go-to. For me, Diaz is the sort of first option sometimes from the defense to give the ball to, compared to Salah. So it's like, if you understand what I mean, because for me, Diaz is the go-to guy to get the ball and get it start moving.
Yeah.
Later on, we'll switch it to Salah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How about for Arnie, you guys? For Arnie, what were you guys going to rate Arnie? By the way, again, I haven't forgotten your question, Dara. I will get it at the end of this once we get past the man of the match, and just make sure you guys aren't putting in something I need to include. What were we doing with Arnie? Nolante, you're up.
Slot, another win, a 1-0. I guess if we had that until all the way till May, we wouldn't be happy. Oh, the only thing I would say is, Klopp, my only little mini gripe is the fact that at halftime, I believe he should have put on Endo for Dom. The only
Yeah,
reason why I just feel Endo, from what he's
rather than
a
Dom.
little
Yeah,
bit,
it's
yeah,
sub.
what he's a little bit combative, it would have held the midfield together. And
Yeah,
Jones was doing well at the first half. He was doing little bits and linking up, which
yeah.
Dom should have done. That was the only thing for me. We lost control at the second half.
Mhm.
I'm so glad. Sorry, I know I'm going on a bit, but
Yeah, okay.
I'm glad you took Salah off because I mean I was watching it because the next couple of weeks, but it shows that Slot has got things. He's not favouring anyone, so I'm
Mhm.
glad to see that. So another win, 1-0. Could have played better. On another day, we'll have to buck up ideas, but I'll talk about it later. 75 for me.
75. All right.
75.
All right.
Yeah.
I can understand what you're saying too. It's all valid. It's just definitely valid critiques and criticism.
Yeah.
JK?
Yeah, away win in London, 3 points, clean sheet. I'm gonna give him an 80. He made the changes as well, See Mikas Jones, Gapco all coming in.
Yeah.
All played well.
Yeah.
We never gave Jones a number, did we?
Did we not? I'm pretty sure we did.
Oh, we
We
didn't.
didn't.
You're right.
We
Oh,
You're
didn't.
maybe
right,
we did.
JK.
Oh,
We didn't.
okay.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Missed that.
when
must
you
have
said when you
Okay.
said Jones earlier on, I thought the same. It's like I don't remember rating Curtis.
We didn't.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'll give
bring
him a quick
Jones.
80.
Just so give me your slot, and then I'll bring in Jones right after then.
Yeah, slot
What you want
75.
to say about?
Jones 80 for me.
Okay.
I think Jones, it was one of his good games away from home. He's
Okay.
slowly looking better. Like the last 2 games now, I reckon he's played well. He's not sort of pondering what he should do.
Just let a guy get some runs and get some runs in.
And I think he played pretty well first half as well.
Yep.
Fair play to him, man. Good to see.
Yeah. Okay. Cujo, let me say this. My apologies for not having you in the list, but we will get to Cujo right after. So 80 from Bernie, 80 from Red Armchair Supporter. I had let me bring it out here.
I didn't.
I had Arnie at.
I didn't read slot yet.
Yeah.
If you
Go
want
ahead.
to wait.
What was your rating? Go ahead.
If you want me to do before you, before you do your review.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're right. Go right ahead.
I think in terms of manager remit, job done. Go there, get 3 points, clean sheet, top of the league. I can't remember the guy that talked about it. Used to play under him. Basically said like this guy's favorite result is 2-0. He loves 2-0. It's like you could see that yesterday. He wanted to. He wanted to control that game. I think he would have loved that game. I reckon Slot loved that game. The control of it wasn't great, but I think he got pretty close to doing what he wanted to do. So I'd give him a 90 because I think that's pretty much exactly the game he set out to play, other than getting that second goal. So I think he has bigger challenges ahead, but I think he navigated that perfectly. So, and the only other thing I'll say is that picture makes him look like he has 2 belly buttons. That's all I'm going to say.
I got you. He's wearing a shirt under a pullover. Yeah, I got like a button down. I got what you're saying. That's true. I'll look for a better. I'll look for a better picture. Look for a better picture of Macca and his smile, and I'll look at a better picture of Arnie and his 2 belly buttons.
That way, Marion can sleep at night. Marion can sleep at night if you change that picture, McAllister.
There you go. All right. I had him at a 77. I thought that it was bold of him to take out Mo Salah. I can understand and can somewhat agree where you're saying about Endo not being subbed in earlier. I think that could have been a sub that you put in earlier, but I guess he was trying to get maybe another goal from our midfield, or at least facilitate something offensively from our midfield. But I thought that Endo did what he had to do when he came on, and that is basically shut down the or put a block in that midfield for Crystal Palace in trying to get that equalizer. So let's move on to Curtis Jones real quick. A follow up on Curtis Jones, a starter, by the way, was subbed out for trying to think who came in for him. Endo came in for Curtis in the 89th minute. Stats for Bernie: 56 touches, 46 out of 47 for his passing, 98%. 58 touches, like I said. 2 key passes, one out of one for his long balls, 1 shot block, 1 dribble attempt successful. 3 out of 7 for his ground duels, 3 out of 3 for his aerial duels. Lost the ball twice, gave away 3 fouls, but was fouled once himself. Had 2 clearances and 1 tackle. Those were his stats. Solid stats for Curtis.
Game.
Yeah,
Very
solid
solid
stats. I had Curtis. I'll just start off since we left. I had him at 73. What was your scores for Curtis? Real quick, tell us. I saw KJ gave him a 65. Just tell us real quick so we don't leave out the other scouts are in the team.
75.
75. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How about
I'm
for
leave
you,
him an
JK?
80.
80. Okay. Nolante?
72.
72. Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 72. Yeah.
Okay. 75 from Bernie. Any other scores in the chat real quick? If you guys want to get them in now because we're going to be moving on to man of the match very quickly so we can get into Dara's question and also get into one more trivia question that I have. Any other scores? Nope. Going. Bueller. Okay. 74 from Red Armchair Supporter.
Aaron.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, that skit's hilarious.
It's fucking
70 from Marion. Yeah, I think 73 is fair. Definitely fair. 70. All right, let's move into our man of the match then. Let's move into our man of the match. I think it's obvious that there's 2 participants in the running for this. I know Cody or probably VVD is probably going to be 2 participants. VVD got it in the match from the commentators, but who was your man of the match? We will go Nolante first, then JK, and then Irishman. Nolante.
Yeah, no problem. Mentioned him before during the ratings. Mr. Gakpo, well played, sir. Well played.
Okay. JK?
Between Gapco and Virgil and Gravenberch, the Holland trio, I'm going to give it Gapco. He just looked hungry.
Okay.
He's Dutch.
Okay. Brian?
Hat-trick.
Oh, okay. Cody, all the way down. You got 1 from Red Armchair Supporters. That's 4 for him. I agree, KJ. My vote was for Virgil.
Okay.
I thought Virgil. I get it. He got the man of the match on pitch side, but stat wise, yes, I understand that. Stat wise, number wise, if you want about the sofa score type thing, Cody had a little bit of a higher score than Virgil, but I just thought really nothing seemed to phase Virgil yesterday. And despite the fact of seeing the starter, have to leave the game early in the second half, to still hold on to that clean sheet really was a big thing for me, I thought. So that's why I gave Virgil my personal man of the match. But it's only
Palace.
3. Go ahead.
Only Palace,
What's that?
It's only Palace.
Only
That's why I'm not
Palace.
giving it That's why I'm not giving it to defender. They weren't great. So like the defenders were
Yeah.
amazing, or well,
Oh.
amazing. They were
Oh,
they were
wow.
top, but
Did you
it
notice
wasn't
how
his
much?
his toughest ever opposition.
Yeah.
Put it that
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
always a
Bro.
tricky little number though. That's always like a tricky little number, Palace away.
We're 9 and
Uh,
9, JK. We're 9 out of
Mhm.
9. 9 wins in our last 9 games, apparently.
No, it is. I think I agree with both your points. It is tricky,
119.
Our
JK.
9 unbeaten. Our
But
9
Ball was at
unbeaten.
the feet
but
of Virgil 119 times. He's 101 out of 112 for his passing. 101.
Yeah, he does Virgil things. That's what I'm saying. He does Virgil things
90%.
every week. Yeah.
90%.
I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for a Dutch winger, you know. I've been to the red light one too
I
many
got
times.
you. Got you.
bro, you get the match ball since you said
What
hat
is
trick. You get the
all
match ball, bro.
No. Maybe Ibu has something, man. Maybe he's onto something. What is with
There's
the
only-
center
there's
half?
a
No
reason-
love for the center halves.
No, look, there's a reason Cannavaro is the only centre half to win the Ballon d'Or in a long time, you know.
Oh, jeez.
Us football fans, you know, we love love an attacking player. We're shallow like that.
Wow. Wow. What a shock. What a shock. Yes, so is there any more voting?
Okay, look.
Are there any more votes?
Okay, hang on. How about this? VVD is man of the match in our hearts. Will that work? Will that do?
He's a 100 in our hearts, but
Yeah,
apparently
I just
it's-
wanted to make it a hat trick.
apparently,
to make it a hat trick.
an 80. You're apparently an 80 in your mind, but it's all good.
Yeah,
It's
no,
all
I
good.
gave Virgil 80 and I gave Gakpo 87, so I have to make him my man of the match.
Yeah, I
Or
get
else I'd
that.
be
Yeah.
fucked up.
Any more? Can see. I need to keep Virgil. I hope so, Edward. Big up to you, by the way. I don't think I got an opportunity to say hello to you, but big up to you, Edward.
Yeah, hi,
Welcome.
Edward. Yeah, we got that bit of
Pick up
kind of fake
Edward.
news the other night, didn't we? We got that fake.
Yeah.
That were coming out.
You gotta
They were
watch
that-
out for sometimes
Yeah,
those
gotta
posts.
watch out for that.
Edward, who was your man of the match, by the way, Edward? I don't think you got a vote in. And I don't think that did Dara get a vote in for a man of the match too? Who was your man of the match, Dara? I don't think he gave a man of the match.
No, we didn't get too many man of the match votes from the chat, to be honest.
Yeah. Tell us who your man of the match, Edward, was, and Dara, you still got to vote. Who was your man of the match? I see that you're commenting on what is the parameters of what makes a man of the match.
Mhm.
So do
For
tell
me,
us.
actor
It's
of
now
the match
4-3,
is,
4-3, by the way. Gakpo. Cody too.
Idrissa Gueye, man. Did you see how Idrissa Gueye, the amount of times he was falling down and just play acting throughout the game? Then what happened at the end? Virgil sort of pulled his arm. For me,
Mhm.
that was a penalty, you know, but we got away with it because he was cheating all game. It's just weird. It was just weird.
Yeah, I could see, JK. I could see why that could have been given. You kind of a little bit got away on VVD, if I'm honest.
I think
Even though
we did.
Slot. Yeah, Slot.
And this is what I was on
Slot.
about earlier on in the show, where we were doing little things like that, where we're sort of
Be
picking about
careful.
a little bit. Got to be
Yeah.
careful, man. It's like, don't they understand? Something like Virgil, Trent,
I got you.
and
I understand, Dara.
it's just like a little bit too much sometimes. You got to keep it sort of classy, you know. Then you don't get yourself in trouble. For me, if someone pulled Jota like that yesterday, the way Van Dijk pulled that guy, I want a penalty there. I don't care.
Yeah.
There you go. There
Oh,
you
so you
go.
did
fair.
want penalty. Okay.
So probably
All
that's
right,
probably
I got
why I
you.
didn't give Virgil man of the match. Okay.
I got you.
The harshness is on tonight.
He's a liability. Don't even take
I
that new
know, I
contract
know.
off the table. Get it off the table, John Henry. Get it off the table.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, somebody is not worthy. He is not worthy. I'm gonna have to change up my graphic here. Give me 1 second, because to be honest with you, I had Virgil winning. I thought Virgil would be more of a little bit more of a landslide winner.
Well, he won the TV
But
one, you know, so we have to go against the
will-
TV.
Yeah. You won the TV one, man.
Yeah. Gabbo was kind enough to give it to him
I
next to him, you know.
Yeah, he was. Like I said, it's kind of awkward when you have to You have to give the award especially when you could probably make an argument that you should be walking away with that award.
It is
It's
awkward.
it's not the most.
I know what you're saying.
Lovely award.
I'm not sure whose idea it was. Like they've always had the guy beside the other guy hand him. That's not new. That thing.
Yeah.
But the way they're doing it out on the pitch, they're trying to make more of a bit of a deal out of it. I don't know. Yeah, they're looking for those. Basically, all they want. Like Sky Sports now is basically just 10-second clips on Twitter going, "Oh, hilarious moment between player X and player Y," and it's just the two of them kind of having a basic human interaction. They're trying to create all these little clipped up moments that they can use.
Yeah.
And a player like Ibu, and we all love to see it. It's great fun when you see these players come out and be themselves and have a joke with each other. Break the whole kind of oh, it was a good game and everybody played well and I wouldn't be man of match if it wasn't for my teammates. All that kind of stock answer. It's good to see them coming out and having some fun.
Right.
But these guys, they need to be careful sometimes because they're going to point the camera at you and try and get you to act like an idiot or say something they can put on the and go, crazy statement, mind blowing emoji, all these kind of things.
Yeah. Just a quick thing I wanted to say that like football, like we realised like the Dutch players this season have been our best players, all three of them, and them guys were getting this sort of big time. We've even got a Dutch manager in now, sometimes fans need to sort of think about what they say sometimes and show a bit of respect, the Dutch people, like the Dutch nationality was sort of getting dissed because the players they think who were playing for us who are Dutch weren't doing so great, now them guys are sort of carrying us, all four of them, that includes the manager, and just wanted to say
no, you're right about that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Credit to him. K-Mac was very critical of the Dutch style and the Dutch players, particularly some Dutch players that did play on his team. But he has come out and said he was woefully wrong on that one. All caps, woefully wrong on all that.
Who said that?
K-Mac. K-Mac.
Oh, K-Mac. All right.
K-Mac came out and admitted that he was wrong. He was not Grava's biggest fan last year. Was not a fan of Cody really as well. He wasn't a fan of especially when Pep was kind of tailored. Because look, let's be honest. Cody, you're man of the match, our man of the match. Okay, well, Verge, my captain, you're my man of the match. But all the same, Cody, Asian Cody, voted the man of the match by the people. Cody was Pep's guy. Remember that. Cody was Pep's guy originally. Pep wanted to bring in Cody. He was very, very big on Cody. I know a lot of people are very critical of the selection of players that Pep has been choosing or was choosing at the time to bring into the club, especially when there was a little bit of I guess you could call it an emphasis or at least a little bit more emphasis towards Dutch players. But let's give it credit where credit's due. Cody has definitely played well. Last year at times, kind of got injured, fell off, had to find his form, battled back, found it somewhat. Was very, very important for us in the cup matches as well. I think he was our highest scorer in cup matches last year. And or at least in the League Cup at least. And it has really, really taken that form he was on in the Euros and progressed it into the league. And
but also quickly, don't forget that if you look back to when we bought him, it happened so quickly that it gets kind of forgotten about. He was going to Man United.
Oh, absolutely.
United, so Ten Hag wanted him. Like he was all over him. Ten Hag wanted him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we came in and we took
Virgil, the bond and friendship that Virgil has with Cody was very, very important. Obviously, it influenced him. He mentioned the fact that it was a big influence in deciding to come to Liverpool. I'm glad he did, obviously, but it was big. Captain said, "Hey, come play for us, not for those dreaded Red Devils," and he did so. So
Hold on, didn't because Rude was manager at PSV at the time. I think I remember when Cody left. I'm sure I read somewhere. Didn't Rude just when Cody asked, told him he went against United, said to go to Liverpool.
I don't know about that one. That's it. I'll be
Yeah,
interested.
Van Nistelrooy was there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he said that because he saw Liverpool's. I know he's a Man United legend or whatever, but Liverpool was the better fit at the time.
Possible next coach. He's been earmarked as being possible next coach. If
He will be. He will be.
Exactly.
Put your money on that. Put your money on that.
Yeah.
Van Nistelrooy will be managing United before the season is out, if not by Christmas. Van Nistelrooy will be in the hot seat.
Oh, that's going to be great because we know it's going to happen by the proven baptism. They win a couple of games, Rude, and then it'll be from Rude to Boo. Yeah, that's what it's going to turn into. That'll be great, and they can come to Anfield and we can smack them up again. So yeah,
there you go.
Come on, mate. We live for it. We want it. We will be there. We will be there. We will be waiting. We will be there.
Let me give you guys Dara's question. This is his trivia question. He says, "What team lost 4-2 in a UEFA Cup final and still lifted the trophy?"
Dara, would it be Juventus?
Oops. Let me take it off. Yes, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. It's not Juventus.
Okay.
I think he tailored the question a little bit differently though. I think it was like they lost in a UEFA Cup leg.
I'm just trying to think.
Let me double check.
Oh, well, they used to be two-legged finals.
Yeah. So he probably is one of the old ones, isn't it?
Yeah. So lots of teams. I mean, that's just. I mean, if it's a two-legged final, then that's a.
I think it was. They lost. I think they might have lost the first leg 4-2, but still ended up winning.
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, if it's the first leg, I mean, I can't really. No, he's saying no. So they lost 4-2.
No, he was saying no to Juventus being the answer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was a two-legged. Okay, so which team lost the first leg of a UEFA Cup final? So they won the second leg by 3 goals.
Yeah, I think it was like something like the first 20 some odd years. It was like 2 legs, right, or something like that, and then he switched it to just a final.
Yeah, that's why I said it when I read it. It's like, well, obviously he's talking about when it was a two-legged thing, but that isn't, you know. So I mean, that could be anybody, mate.
Yeah. 4-2, lost 4-2 the first leg, but then brought it back.
Two-legged finals. No, they lost the second leg 4-2. Okay, so they were already.
They still won it.
Oh, they were already up. They lost the second leg
in the first round. Okay.
I got
you. Well, yeah, I mean,
Dara Palmer.
No. I think I know this might be, but you guys can take guesses.
Steaua Bucharest.
No.
Bayern Munich.
He's saying, here's a clue. Oh, well, that's too much of a clue, Dara.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's obviously Ipswich.
Yeah, because 12, you just got it. You got in the chat, didn't you?
Yeah.
But it was,
I mean, you said it. The answer's there.
He says here's a clue.
Yeah, the answer's there.
So that. So it was either like Leicester or
Tottenham and Ipswich in the
or
80s.
yeah. Gotcha. I think that was like in the 80s or something like that. I think they won or something, right?
Yeah, because Ipswich
I think
and
it's like
Tottenham won the
80,
Europa Cup in the 80s.
81,
81 or 82?
82. I guess
Yeah.
81, 82 season. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ipswich.
Or could it?
That's under Bobby Robson. That's
Exactly,
under
yes.
Bobby Robson.
Right, yes. Yeah.
It wasn't that
true.
hard. Well, Dara, I didn't really give it away. I already knew. Well, by the time you said the clue, I'd heard that question before. I think somewhere.
Well, who were they playing? Who
Oh.
were they playing in that final? That's the other question. That's your next answer.
Ooh,
That's
that's a
it.
good question.
So who won
It
that?
was. I know. Only reason
It's a
why
big team,
I
wasn't
know
it?
it was in Holland. The final was in Holland. I want to say it was in.
Yeah, but it
was,
would have been neutral venue. Would have been.
Yeah.
Oh no, it wouldn't have been. Sure, it would have been unless they
No,
played.
is it-
Yeah, no, they would have played both their home grounds. So yeah, it was
both
obviously a
grounds,
Dutch
right?
game.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I thought the final was in Holland.
I would guess Feyenoord.
Oh, I have no idea
I'm-
the scores for Ipswich. By the way, no idea.
Well,
Yeah,
what do you
I
mean?
don't think
There's
it-
fucking at least 5 goal scorers, Dara. So
Wow.
Right. Well, I can tell
I
you
know
that
one of the
obviously doing
scorers.
the math, it was 3-0 in the first game. I can tell you that.
I know one of the scorers for Ipswich would have been, what's his name? He played for us for a little while, John Walk. He would have
Okay.
scored.
it's a good shout. Yeah.
That's a good shout.
There was a guy called Ian something. Well, they were all called Ian Graham or something, or Graham something like that. It was Ipswich in 1981.
Yeah.
Lads, come on. They were all
Yeah.
English or Scottish at worst.
Yeah. Oh, what about the oh god, I don't remember because he does talk sport. He used to play for Ipswich over here. He might have played Alan Brazil.
Did he? I mean, come on. I was barely out of nappies. I was still in nappies when this was
In the
happening.
80s. Yeah, because he used to play for Ipswich, so he might have.
I know there was a goal scorer. I know there was a guy that scored goals for them. That was famous because they all had a famous number 9 from back in the day. It would be one. He'll be one of the guys. But yeah, man, Ipswich back in the 1981. Sorry. Yeah, we gave you work. Mariner is the guy I'm thinking of. Yeah, he's the famous guy.
Oh, Paul Marriott.
Yeah, Paul
Okay.
Mariner. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Dara Nolante said work. He said it a minute ago. So we won
Yeah.
it. We won that. Well done, Nolante. We won that.
Yeah, that's it. We got that, bro. We got that,
Yeah.
Dara. We're on point.
Yeah.
Marion saying it's Aston
That
Villa
is
was the
crazy.
opposition.
That is interesting too because they played AZ in that final. They played AZ, the Netherlands team.
Alkmaar, they were good. The AZ Alkmaar.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
disputing
they were
that.
good.
I was just
No,
gonna
they
say
were-
though.
A lot of
It's
people think they're a
interesting.
new team, a newer team, but they've been around a long time actually. AZ
No, I
Alkmaar.
got you. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to take.
No,
away
I'm not saying to you. I'm just saying that was it.
I was just going to say the stadium sizes for a European Cup final. I just ended up looking it up just to see what it was. 27,532 people can go to Portman Road, and for the Olympisch Stadion is 28.5 thousand. So very, very smaller pitches for a European final. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, but they wouldn't be finals. You see, that's the thing. They've been played in the home stadiums. That's what the problem is. So, like, even if you had like a team that had managed to get all the way to the final, say for example, like a Bournemouth that had 11,000, that's all that would be able to go to the fucking final, basically.
No, I get
that
it.
That would be one of the reasons why they quit that. It's like, hang on.
No, I get it. That's the reason. Yeah, look, there was a year that one of the years Real Madrid played. Actually, JK probably knows this one. There was a year that Real Madrid played FC Cologne, right? Is that how you pronounce it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, Cologne, yeah.
KOLN. Yeah, KOLN. And I mean,
yeah.
And Real Madrid, obviously, we all know Real Madrid's like 85,000 person stadium. FC Cologne has 15,000. in their stadium. It was 1985, 1986 was that final
Yeah,
of the.
yeah.
It's
final
cool
leg.
though. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
Now-
That's old school football right there. That's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah,
Real
no,
Madrid
I mean,
Now
the
they've got a
very
big
next
stadium
year
there.
was IFK Gothenburg
Gothenburg in Sweden.
versus
Yeah.
Dundee United, and they ended up the
That's
Swedes
tiny.
ended up.
That's tiny. Yeah. I mean, that's probably not even a Burnabout combined. That's that's definitely not even a Burnabout combined. That's probably like 20 and 15
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's 20,000, about 21,000. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. Old school football, huh?
Old school football for sure. But it's just, it's I'm sure that the television stations had a little bit of a say in that as
Oh, they'd
well.
love that now, wouldn't they? Oh, you can only have 11,000 seats. It's like, oh, well, guess what? 9,000 of them just went to UEFA delegates. So
Yeah.
live with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you're now getting 800 tickets each for
Yeah.
home and away fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but don't worry, there's Zinedine Zidane and Tom Hanks and Lady Gaga,
Yep. There was one more. Okay. So the Reds have won 9 of their first 10 matches. Their first 9 out of 10 games Liverpool has been victorious in. It is, how many times has Liverpool done this in their history, in the club's history? How many times have they started out the season 9 wins out of 10? Does anyone have a number?
In the club's history,
In the club's history, yes.
it's going to be a single-digit number. I don't think that's going to be. I'll say 5 times.
5 times, okay. JK?
2 times.
2 times
Johnny,
from Brian.
I'm going
Johnny,
3
2
times.
I got you.
3
JK?
times, yeah.
3 times.
Yes. Yep.
You got a 3 from Dara,
3 from Darab, 2 from
2
Bonkers.
from Bonkers.
Okay.
Yeah. The victory against Palace marked the Reds' 9th in their first 10 games, and this is only the 3rd time this has been achieved in the club's history. Only the 3rd time this has been achieved.
There you go. 3rd time's a charm. Well done.
3rd time's a charm. Yes.
Oh God, should have stuck him off the lucky number.
Yeah.
Great number. There you go.
3 is the magic number for sure. Well, we're coming up on a 3-hour mark, so this is going to bring us to an end of the review and ratings show. We have the Mastermind show tomorrow. We're going to work out the specifics for what we're going to do. I saw that Doris can't be a part of it tomorrow, so we'll probably we'll figure something out as well. Again, like Brian said, if you do want to be a part of the show, just reach out and let us know. But no pressure if you want to just, chill and participate, be a part of the Red Army, Mighty Red Army here, and just be a part of the chat and answer the questions at your leisure. You can do that too. And it should be a fun engagement against the mastermind that is the Irishman tomorrow.
Well, you're against yourselves. I mean, I know the answers because I wrote the questions,
I know it says against the mastermind.
But again, so people, come on, honestly, if you do want it, don't be shy, okay? Bernie, if you think you could do it, don't be shy. 12 man, hold your hand. You'll be cool. He'll look after you.
Yeah,
so,
we all walk together in this.
No, I know Bernie would love to do it, and if you just came on once, I'm sure you'd enjoy it. There'd be no pressure on you.
Maybe we can convince Marion to be involved in it too, and she can even bring her. She can bring in her ace in the hole, which is her husband. Her ace in the hole, her husband could be, because he's good at the trivia himself. He likes himself a little trivia.
No shouting from the background, please.
Yeah, there you go. Is there any final thoughts that you guys want to partake into this episode? We'll start with the Irishman first. How about, do you have any final thoughts? Or JK, you can start.
Yeah, enjoy the international break and don't be fake.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. that was a little springerish, but I got you. All right.
Yeah, I think we get the idea here. Yeah. Nolante. I was just waiting for Nolante's. I love Nolante's clothes.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say Nolante, but that's Nolante. I would have gone first for Nolante because Nolante.
No, I'll wait for Nolante can phase this out. Yeah, no, again, thanks everybody for being here, and especially double thanks to everybody because we didn't get around to afterwards. But everybody that was here for the roll call on Saturday morning, double thanks to all those people because I was terribly nervous, kind of doing the stream on my own there for a little while, and everybody in the chat made it so much easier. So you're all brilliant, and again, like every time now we're looking at like 15, 20 people most nights, and that's making this stuff a lot more enjoyable. So again,
absolutely.
Thanks to everybody that came in on the roll call Saturday morning, and don't forget roll call every pre-game, an hour before the game. Tell us who you are, where you are, and where you're watching it. So it's going to be a thing now. So yeah,
I think it's great. I love roll calls. By the way, the roll calls are fun. You get to all tune in, chime in, kind of wish each other a good send off to wherever we're going to be watching the game. I think it's proper that we do that because it's a great community that we have here, and it's always nice to know where we're going to be at, and like as in whether it's like at the pub or at the pitch side or on the couch or in the car, which is what I was where I was chiming in from. So it's always fun to see where we're all going to be partaking, and always the greatest part about it is being able to wish each and every one of us a good experience in watching our Reds. So last but not least, Nolante, what final thought, words of wisdom do you have for the chat and for all of us in the panel here?
Oh, thank you for that, 12. Brian, thank you for that. Appreciate the support. Just pick up the chat. Before I say my final thought, just gonna sound so cringe, but just gonna add to JK's "Don't Be Fake." All I'm gonna say is watch Ricky Lake and bake a big old sponge cake.
There you go. There you go. Words of wisdom. They're called jewels for a reason.
But on a serious note, I mean, Rapper was in my ball train.
He was trying to carry the rap on,
I know, I just couldn't help it. You just told me. Yeah, JK, it's your fault. You made me do it. You made me go down deep into my.
Brian's getting his ready now for his next verse. He's like, I need to get involved in that.
That's hilarious.
I want to produce the beat for that. Hold on.
Get the beat.
Hold on.
But honestly, JK, honestly, I won't say this.
We've broken Nolante. We've broken him.
Exactly. That's it. I'm broken. I tell you, bro. I'm broken. But anyway, on a serious note, guys.
Focus.
You're right. You're right, Brian. Apologies for that chat. I mean, you don't come back, I'll take the blame. But anyway, right, everyone. It's been an interesting week, hasn't it? Full of interesting developments and science. And what I might just say, ladies and gentlemen, the Rat again having a stinker at Phillip Park today. Oh, rivals again across the other pond struggling. Ten Hag in. Rude in, who knows? But the great fall of the predictable toilet Trafford puts a joy to our weekends. Arsenal get lucky again. That's fine. There's a beating coming from them in the next couple of weeks. I hear about this Chelsea firepower. What firepower? On the 20th of October this month, they're going to get 0 points from a Frenchman and a Dutchman that said it was finished. Jota the Shotter. I mean, how many goals, how many shots does he want to make? One? Could have had two? Well, there you go. And Slot. They said he was third choice. They said he was fourth choice. They said he was fifth choice. Top of the league. Slotting his way in. Pause. It's the top of the league. So what I will say to you, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great weekend and great chat to you all. In the words of my illustrious man, Mr. Springer, take care. Be safe. take care of each other, and until tomorrow's quiz, when me and JK will clean up with the quiz. I bid you adieu. God bless.
Always worth the
lyrics.
wait. Always worth the wait for that one. I love
Lyrics.
it. Love it.
Lyrics.
And I guess the last, I definitely can't outdo that, but I can say this: top of the league to you, and also up the Reds, up the Reds. Definitely see you guys tomorrow. Quiz. Then we have some great shows for the international break. We have a couple of different shows to get involved in. I hope that you're a part of. And I hope that you have a great Sunday, people. Whether it's morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is, I hope it's a great one for you. And we will see you tomorrow. All right. Take care.
Fuck off.